Hello, one and all. Appears we are live, and I've just been messaging Aidsy. Says he will be joining us, so there's something to look forward to. Of course, who's here already? Musical Aviator, Fox of Fate, Megaleech. Hello to you all. Nice to see you. Yes, Fox of Fate asking the question that all the Australians are asking. Scummo trying to explain his fucking off to Hawaii for a holiday in the middle of an absolute crisis in Australia, and the secret behind it all is he's a piece of shit, and nothing remotely approaching a leader, which both the country and the world desperately need. And we're just not getting it. So. Yay us! Essentially, yay us. It's a worry, quite honestly. I was actually just thinking, because tonight I am once more streaming simultaneously to YouTube and Twitch. I was just wondering, because I'm a tight ass. I have the basic plan for StreamYard that lets me stream to 2 platforms. I think if I pay more for professional, I can stream to 4 platforms at once. But I don't really want to do that at the moment. But I don't think. I'm just wondering if I actually opened Facebook and try to go live straight from Facebook if it would let me, and I don't think it will. Accessing a camera, allow it. Maybe it does let me. We will see. Hopefully it's not going to interfere with the StreamYard broadcast, but I think Facebook is letting me go live at the same time. I didn't know if it would confuse the laptop if different things were trying to use the camera and the mic at the same time. Looks like it works. Hey, Justin. Yes, Justin, it is very predictable that we get major fires. It isn't predictable that we get fires in November that burn out more country than the last 2 fire seasons combined. It is absolutely unheard of to have these thousands upon thousands of kilometers of fires that are completely out of control and cannot be stopped. We just need to either burn out or rain that we know isn't coming needs to fall on them. So yeah. Yes, see, Musical Aviator, you thought it can only grab camera from one app at a time. I thought that too, but it actually seems to be streaming to StreamYard and to Facebook at the same time. So it's a mystery to me. Hopefully, it doesn't sort of screw anything up with too much pressure on bandwidths, as can be the case. We shall see. I'm using Wi-Fi on other live streams when I've had problems. I've connected a hard line to the HDMI, and that has helped out. But yeah, it's all about experimenting. We're just experimenting, seeing what happens. So, enjoying my juice. This Foxy try Smirnoff infusions, passion fruit and lime. Okay. Look at my fruit juice. I got this weird thing. Living apple pie soda, which is a very weird name for something. And they say it's living because it's fermented. It's got bacteria in it. What do you call it? Probiotics. So yeah, but yeah, it is. It doesn't really taste like apple pie. It has sort of mild, spicy tones on it. Jeffson, hey, I'm fine. How are you doing? Well, Fox, if you're having an experiment with Smirnoff infusions, I'm going to experiment with this a bit later. I just went to my favorite specialty bottle shop that has weird stuff. Anchoreas Verde Green. It's a Mexican liqueur based on chili. So I wonder how spicy this is. This is a not for AIDSy drink. Can't drink chili, but can't eat chili. Can't be around chili. A cheeky Nando's is quite a challenge for AIDSy, actually, because there's enough chili in the air at a Nando's that it starts getting into his system and he starts finding it harder to breathe. So there we go. Oh, yes. And the chat seems to be working on Facebook as well. Sherry told me probiotics are good. Well, that's what this is claiming. Isn't it funny, though? You know, we have medicine that's been saving lives for years that's antibiotics. And now we're told we should have probiotics. It's a strange and confusing world we live in, is all I'm saying. Oh, there's AIDSy waving at me. There he is.
Waving at you. Hello, how are you?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing fine. You've still got the gravelly voice going on.
I've still got the gravelly voice going on from smoke inhalation. Yeah, baby. That's what you want.
So just an
what you want to
asking
do is
smoking.
suck down bushfire smoke and say, I'm a legend of Australia. Don't I sound like the man on the land?
Yes. Oh, God, speaking of which, I'm going to have to play this funny Barnaby Joyce video at some point that he's posted to social media. He's a fucking unit, that guy, honestly.
Yes, he really is.
Yeah.
He really
so,
is. Mind you, he was the leader of the National Party.
No, not anymore. No. It's the guy whose face and name we can't remember. Can you remember who the leader of the National Party is?
Christ, no. He's the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia.
Yes.
I wouldn't fucking know.
Which is absolutely surreal. Like well in excess of 50% of the adult population of this country would not be able to name who our current Deputy Prime Minister is. That's how weird politics is.
Technically speaking, because ScoMo is doing a Where's Wally, basically he is now the Prime Minister, this faceless man from the National Party.
Yes. No, ScoMo came back on the weekend. But yes,
did he?
Michael McCormack was acting Prime Minister for about a week.
Right. I have no fucking idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, that's his name, Michael McCormack, the Deputy Prime Minister of this fine country, which fully, well in excess of 50% of the adult population would not be able to name if you put them on the spot, because he's just nobody. He's just this faceless man. I think more people would say Barnaby Joyce than would say Michael McCormack.
Wow.
But it's just fucked. So who else is here? Safa, Lion Spider.
Oh, shit.
Talking about smoke, because you were in Canberra, where it is not as smoky as Sydney, but is very smoky, and the smoke has just started to reach Melbourne. It's noticeable. It's not bad. It's not like Sydney. It's not like Canberra. It's not like the unfortunate people in the regional areas who are fucking surrounded by fire. But because the fires it's coming from are like more than 600 kilometers away, it's not good.
Well, essentially, the Great Dividing Range is on fire. That's a thing.
Yeah. Sydney is all but encircled by fire. For the first time ever, there are a whole bunch of actual Sydney suburbs that are in critical danger. I suppose not the first time. There was that one a long time ago, 20 or 30 years ago, it came through the national parks to the north of Sydney, and it started to get very close to those far-flung, leafy northern suburbs.
Yeah, it did start to get close. They did head it off, though.
Yes, but this is the whole of Western Sydney is ringed by fucking fire
Western
at the
Sydney.
moment.
Yeah.
Not good.
And there's
Not
no
good.
fucking way you'll ring that. It's enormous. It's an enormous place.
Oh no, they have straight up said it is not possible for humans to contain this fire. They can just try to protect property, and they're like, it'd be great if it rains. And then the Bureau of Meteorology say, bad news. Nothing
rain.
like the sort of rain you want is forecast before March, April at the earliest.
Yeah.
So
there's no rain coming. There's no rain coming. And we could have told you that, what, a couple months ago? You and I were chatting about this summer is going to be a bastard. We said this is going to be a real stinking mongrel summer. And we also said bushfires, totally fucked. Well, turns out we haven't even hit bushfire season yet.
Yeah, well, we're in the first month, and it's traditionally much, much worse in late January and February and into March and even April. And that's the scary thing. Like, since these fires went fucking apeshit in November, which is a month before we expect serious fires, and more land burnt out in November than the previous two fire seasons combined, and that was a month before the fire season started. So fucked. But every time I've had to mention it since then, always at the end of the sentence is, and it's going to get worse. It's not like, poor, horrible things happened and we're past it now. No. It's actually going to get worse than it is.
It's going to get much worse. Yeah. And you just go, oh, fuck. Okay, so your bush firefighters have a pyramid of protection. Life, property, livestock. Beyond that, fuck it. They don't care. And so human life always comes first.
Yes.
If they possibly can protect human life, they will absolutely do that. Property comes next. If they can get round to saving people's houses and towns, they will. Livestock comes next. For reference, I'm here, but I'm like 5 minutes. East, Connell, thank you.
Yes. And also, who else popped in? Mofo, Sign, and Stella popped in while we were chatting. Quick hellos to all you fine people. And I am broadcasting on Facebook too. Sherry, I am primarily streaming on YouTube and Twitch. And in fact, if you're a Twitch person and you've never followed me or friended me on Twitch or whatever, you should do that, because I'm trying to see if I can grow the Twitch thing and see where that goes. Safa, are you being sarcastic saying this isn't being mentioned in overseas media much? Because it is, which is interesting. And not least, the last week when Scummo fucked off to Hawaii, multiple international news agencies were reporting what a fuck up he is. It's like absolutely catastrophic, wild, out of control shit, and the Prime Minister's fucked off for a holiday. It's just mind blowing.
You know, a person who's related to me said, "Oh, it's all right. He deserves a holiday. Besides, what was he supposed to do here anyway?" And I was going, maybe coordinate the moral and morale of the country.
And actually lead,
Actually lead the country. I can't do anything about the fires, and you can't do anything about the technical aspects of fighting the fires. No, but he can appear on the telly going, you know what? We're going to get up from this. Yeah. We're going to get up from this. It's going to be shit, but we're going to fight it. We're all going to come together. We're all going to do what we always do. We're going to get in a circle and come together. For fuck's sake.
And his fuckery is hurting him as well. Like,
say again.
His bullshit is hurting him. Like, no one's buying his bullshit.
No.
But like, his apologists go, what can you do? We go, okay, fuckwits. I know you actually don't want an answer because you're just shameless political hacks who are just saying, but what should he do? Okay, there's short term, medium term, long term. Short term, we are in a fucking crisis. We are in an unprecedented crisis. You need to get with the state leaders. You need to get with the fire services, and you need to say what is critical here and now today that you don't have. And they will tell you what resources they are lacking, and they will tell you the support the volunteers need, and you do that shit, and you do that shit now.
Exactly.
His big thing is he's going to meet with the state premiers in 3 fucking months. That's his big plan. No, this is what he needs to. These wankers saying, "What's he gonna do? He's not gonna hold the hose." No. But he's got control of the fucking purse strings, and him and his fucking state liberal cronies have been bleeding millions and millions and millions of dollars from the fire services for the last 5-10 years. Well, it's time to fucking put back, motherfucker. So that's it. What does he have to do now, today? Convene with the heads of the fire services, experienced people, and the state leaders, and work out what's a critical need, what has to be addressed now, and you fucking do it. Medium term, by which I mean the rest of this summer, you again with the fire services and say, what can we do to prepare for the next one? And what can we do for the rest of the summer? Because this is going to be a shit summer. What can we do strategically? Well, tactically, not strategically. What can we do tactically for the rest of the summer? And what strategy can we start? That's what you do. This is your number one priority. There is nothing more important facing this country now. This is going to destroy the fucking economy. This will destroy the economy left unchecked. There is nothing.
This is it, right? We have had prime ministers that I wouldn't spit on during disasters call in the opposition and go, righto, ladettes, it's going to be like this. Get all the premiers together who are, on fire or fucking cycloned. And they've said, what do you need? Who do you need? Where do you need it? And then they call up the fucking army and go, get ready. You're going to fucking move shit around. And then they call up the fucking Air Force and go, get ready. You're going to move shit around. And they do. You get fucking service personnel coming off leave to go, right, I know something's going on. I'm going to be fucking ready to do it. And, the Prime Minister goes, bang, 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 make it happen. Because, someone in the opposition's got the keys to everything. Some old guy in the National Party knows where all the sheds are, with all the stuff in. There's always someone in government, that as they basically come together in a circle, that knows how to get shit done. And a good Prime Minister will go, I don't give a fuck where you come from. If you know how to do stuff, you're doing stuff. And they will. Fuck, they'll put their hands up and go, I know where there's fucking a shitload of dam water that we're not using, and we can fucking divert it down to where you need it. Ba-ba! And, it's this cooperation thing that you need to coordinate from the top. This bullshit about, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
What a load of fucking shit. And I don't give a fuck if you can't do anything about it. I don't give a fuck if there are people coordinating better than him. You stay. You fucking stay. Even if you're just a head on the fucking telly. I don't give a fuck. If you can't do anything, get on the fucking telly and go, righto, things are going and we're doing this and this is happening. You don't have to look like a fucking hero. You just have to look like the boat is being fucking steered.
Yes. And I mean, I even have trouble thinking of the thought process that would have led him to fuck off. It's like he's been actually using his family as a shield, going, the wife and kids wanted to bloody have a holiday. What was I supposed to do? What's the thought process where you go, I'm the Prime Minister, the country is facing an absolutely horrific disaster. We are in the middle of it. It's nightmarish. There are dozens of completely out of control fires. People are losing their lives. People are losing property. People are choking. It's awful. I wonder if it's a good idea to fuck off on a holiday right now. I mean, and he goes, oh, but we planned it. We were going to go in January, but now I've got official government business in January. Dude, what the fuck? What sort of sociopath in the middle of a disaster like that goes, I think I'll fuck off on a holiday now? I really have trouble wrapping my head around it.
Well, I don't, but I can't say why.
Okay.
I can't because it is illegal.
That's fair.
It brings a group or faith into disrepute.
I see what you mean.
You fucking oath, you see what I mean. And
Yeah.
I can't say it, and I won't say it because it's not right.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Effectively, so I want to address.
Yes.
I want to address Albanese.
Sorry, what?
I want to address Albanese.
Oh, yeah.
And
Right.
I want a couple of seconds of just free air to do it.
Go for it, man.
I know the last time we were talking, we were saying, why isn't he jumping up and down and screaming?
Yeah.
Well, there's two problems here. First problem is you don't politicise a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been Labor's policy. You don't politicise a disaster. Second problem is, what the fuck do you say? What the fuck do you say that isn't obvious? It's the same thing as just say fucking nothing. Now that's a problem because you've got to be ready to turn that boat around. This is what happened last time.
Mm-hmm.
While Abbott was in, the correct policy was to say fuck all because he was a hopeless loser and was shot himself in the face.
Yeah.
But then, and I predicted this because I'm a brilliant predictor, as you know.
Yeah.
But then they got Turnbull in, and I said, if they fucking get Turnbull in, Labor's in a lot of fucking trouble. Turnbull came in, and they couldn't turn the boat around quick enough. And so they still were saying not enough, and they were still being quiet. Turnbull was way slicker. Now, yes, they shot him. Yes, they put Scummo in. But by that time, the boat couldn't turn back again. It was so slow to move around policy-wise that they weren't agile enough to put the boot in the right places.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think that's what's going on now, but it is something that they need to address. I think maybe they've thought about it. I think maybe they might have addressed it. But this is why I think Albanese is not fucking saying a lot. A, you don't politicise a disaster. B, Scummo's doing it on his own. He really is doing it on his own. What do you say? Scummo's a dickhead? Everybody's saying Scummo's a dickhead. I could be wrong.
Okay. One thing I will throw in, Albanese has been doing media. He has been at the fire zones. He has been talking. And last week when Scummo was in fucking Hawaii, he made it pretty clear that that was not something that will go down in history as a good decision. And this is the best Albanese has done since he's been opposition leader. And he soft-shoed it and said, oh, no, I'm not going to criticize Scummo for having a break. People deserve a break. I'm going to criticize him for everything he failed to do up to the break.
Oh, bang!
Yeah.
Nice.
And so
that's actually pretty nice.
He has been laying the boot in softly, as you say, trying to not to. And he keeps saying he does the whole don't politicize it thing. He just praises the firefighters, says they need all the support, and basically makes it clear government's not really doing that. The government is failing at the moment. So this is actually the best Albanese has done. And I'm just going to throw out, because this is more than mildly annoying to me that the leaders of both political parties have self-declared nicknames, and fuck off. You don't make up your own nickname. Other people, like ScoMo decides he's ScoMo, and Albanese wants people to call him Albo. I just want to point out, ScoMo is the first part of his first name, first part of his last name. If Anthony Albanese is going to follow the ScoMo, his nickname has to be Anal. So I'm just going to say, it's not Albo. It's the first part of his first name, Anthony, and the first part of his last name, Albanese. So his nickname's Anal.
They were calling him Albo for quite some time.
No, he's Anal.
He's Anal, but they were calling him Albo.
I know. But that's the thing. That is a normal nickname.
This is me being autistic again. So I'll stop that. Hey, me being autistic, do you remember White Knight? And I could be wrong, but there was like, you know, those bubbles on the footpaths just before you hit a road, and for blind people, right?
Yes.
And there was one of them that had lights under it, and it was green for go and red for don't go, and it blew my mind.
That is
that's a real thing. That was there, wasn't it?
Yes. It's literally only on one intersection. I think that's a tryout, but it's been there for years. I think that's on. Let's see, it's between Burke and Flinders. So that's Flinders Lane. That's where Flinders Lane crosses Swanston Street. And the idea of the light up, that's for people who walk around looking down at their phones. That they'll see it at their feet.
And go.
I've noticed it's Little Collins. I've got the street wrong. I instantly reckon Stella's probably right and I'm probably wrong. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Collins and Burke. It's not fucking bloody Flinders and Burke. It's Collins and Burke. So yeah, Little Collins. It's Little Collins Street. Yes. So that's for people who are looking down at their feet, and I assume that's a little bit expensive. Because they haven't put it everywhere, but they might.
Good though. It's good.
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be good to just run around. Shut up, AZ. We were talking about politics, and that was good. I was just saying that because it was another bit of autism that I had.
That's okay. Hey, and speaking of other things about you, if you're ever around here and you misbehave, I'll put some of this in your eyes. Well, actually, I suppose putting any spirit in your eyes would be bad. This is called Anchoreas Verde. I
have done that before.
It's a Mexican chili-based liqueur. I just decided I wanted to get something really different. And I was explaining to people just before you got here that chili kind of kills you. And
can you imagine my eyes just like puff up like a boxer?
Just a little spritz of it in your eyes, and just the allergic reaction would be,
and just like seeing my eyes puff right up, and then seeing like little red tears of blood come out, and then you could do a whole emo album with me.
So I haven't tried it yet. I just got it today. Sorry?
My girl doesn't like me because she's with an asshole who beats her. Makes me cry and I need a safe space. See, I can do emo. So we should do Chili in the Eyes, emo songs, fucking millions of bucks.
Yeah.
We retire, buy Phoenician Island and get blown by people of our choice of gender.
That seems reasonable. I'm just wondering, because I was trying to stream on Facebook at the same time and it worked, but it's only me on Facebook. So I don't know if there's anyone paying attention on Facebook. I would be interested if you can hear AZ. I know you can't see him. I would be interested if you can hear him, because if you can't hear him, there's no bloody point, because that means half the time I'm just sitting there on the stream going, which has got to be a bit fucking weird, honestly. Just throwing it out there.
I'm listening to this ghost that I that only I can see. It's a little bit like some faiths I could talk about, but I won't.
Yeah. Or the little girl in Poltergeist talking to the TV people, freaking the parents out, just having the TV on the static channel and a hand on the game. Hello? Yes. Yes.
For
I don't
fuck's sake, who
know.
hasn't done that?
Yep.
The
Let's
TV
talk to the
people
TV people.
are very fucking friendly. I
Yeah.
remember at night time when I was,
Mm.
a bit lonely, I'd turn on the TV to static and say hello to TV people. They did want me to play with matches.
You know what I
And
used to
they did
do?
want me to circumcise the cat, which I thought was a little much.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the TV people were lovely.
Yeah. Because I don't
They
know if you
chatted.
can even get static on TVs now.
You
Modern
you
TVs
don't.
tend to go to blue if there's nothing.
Well,
Although
here's an interesting.
I think
Sorry,
in certain circumstances
sorry.
you can get static.
Here's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
There is a book, one of my favorite books in the world, probably my favorite book,
I know where
right?
you're going. Go for it.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a book by William Gibson. It's called Neuromancer. It's one of the first big hit books he ever did. Okay. And the first line goes very much like the sky above the port of Chiba was the color of television tuned to a dead channel. Now,
Yes.
in the past, I have used that as my security sentence. Now,
Yeah.
what it meant was the sky was the color of static. It was the color of grey,
It was
sort of
grey. Yeah.
static, right?
Yeah.
Now, I've used that as a security question in the past, And recently, fucking 5, 7 years ago, I did it again. And the kid who heard the security question said, "Oh, that's brilliant. A bright blue sky."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
completely twisted this first line of this book around. But I
Yeah.
mean, it still goes.
Yeah.
It fucks me
It
up.
still
It
has a
still
meaning. Yeah.
works. Yeah.
It would still be an unnatural sky color.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Which
just
is
going
where
to
it's going.
quickly say it's not happening on Facebook. So I'm actually going to cut off the Facebook live stream because it doesn't make any sense. If you're on Facebook live stream, watch me on YouTube or Twitch. Go and follow me on Twitch if you haven't done that already. But I'm just going to cut off the Facebook live stream because it doesn't make any sense. Mofo, sign saying, is Australia a cyberpunk dystopia? Well, like Mad Max Fury Road is fast becoming a documentary rather than
Yeah.
a
It
bit of
really
sci-fi.
is. If you want to desertify a country, you come to Australia. We will show you how.
Yeah.
If you want to make a country that was once semi-fertile into an arid desert, you fucking talk to us.
Yeah.
We can give you tips. We can, in the space of 200 years, buck up 50,000 years of very careful farming
Yeah.
and horticulture. Oh, yeah, we're good at it. Oh, yeah. First, you got to fucking chop down trees, then you got to burn the shit out of them, then you got to put cows and sheep on
Yeah.
and with fertilizer, and you basically got to strip mine the surface of your soil and then just watch the wind come in and take it all away. Brilliant. Less trees, less rain, less trees. Goes round the circle.
Yeah. That was one of the big revelations from the book Dark Emu, which I've brought up multiple times because it's amazing, where Bruce Pascoe goes back to original sources, as in diary entries from early settlers and explorers in Australia, and he finds quite consistent things to show that the local folk were not purely indigenous, not living in a fixed place. They had fixed abodes, they had little villages, they had agriculture, they had aquaculture. And that's all fascinating because it's like basically everything we were ever taught at school is a complete lie. But the other bit that stands out is the early settlers managed to destroy it inside of a generation. Like
Yeah,
within 30 years, the
yeah,
introduction of cattle fucked up the equilibrium the local people had and had maintained for thousands of years.
yeah,
And they started fucking turning it into a desert in the first 50 years of settlement. It's
yeah.
fucking good on you.
Right. fucking look. You want your global warming fucking primer? You need to come to Australia. And why do you think we teach our kiddies to swim? Because they're fucking going to need to.
Yes.
All of our cities are on the coast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm like
how's that gonna go?
I'm like 5 suburbs in from the bay, aka waterfront property in 50 years. So yeah.
Yeah. 50 years. Um,
It keeps changing. Like
it keeps
last year,
getting
it was like,
closer.
okay, everyone reckons we're fucked. Within 100 years, or probably by the turn of the 21st century, shit's gonna be fucked, Joe. And then a whole bunch of terrifying things were recorded, and they last year they go like, actually, we think at the outside, if there's not radical change in the next 12 years, we're fucked. That's how long you've got to fix it to avoid catastrophe. 12 years. And then this year, not just in Australia, but all around the world, we've started to see the stuff that they said, if everything goes really badly, that's what we'll see in 10 years. And it's like, oh, it's like it just keeps crunching down on us.
I was going to say, now they're starting to say 20 years. 20 years is going to be real bad.
Yeah.
And I had to speak to my relation, the one who has a real love affair with Scummo,
Yeah.
and said to that person, who said to me, I don't think I believe in climate change, to which I nearly gave myself a concussion on the table and
Yes.
said, do you believe in night and day?
Yes.
Do you believe in gravity?
Yes.
If you believe in night and day and gravity, then you might want to believe in climate change because it's a real thing.
Yes.
Just like fucking evolution is a real thing. And basically he said, oh, well, I don't care. It's not going to affect me. And I said, big guy, that's where you're wrong. Because while everyone said it was 100, recently they've said 20. So when you are basically at maximum money need in fucking intensive old person care, it ain't going to be there. Because the people who are alive now, who want to stay alive, are going to take it from wherever they can get it. And they're going to look around and they're going to say, a certain generation, which might start with B and have another B in it, basically took their parents' money, their own money, and their children's money and spent it on cheap imported goods and no infrastructure. And basically are now screaming that their property values are fucking declining because their children won't buy them. It's like, maybe you should have paid them. I love that. I love that. Years ago, they said, oh, we need more productivity. So what we're going to do is pay the kiddies casual pay. And eventually they'll get out of that. And eventually they'll get real jobs. Bullshit. A lot of people I know have never had anything but casual work in their entire lives. And that was set up from the start. And effectively, yes, it made productivity happen. Productivity in this country happened on my back. And I'm proud to say that I helped this economy. But to be then blamed for it gives me the shits a little bit. So I was saying to this relation of mine, look, you're going to be in trouble. It's you. You're going to finally have to clean up the mess your party has made. Your skiing holiday has come to an end. There is no more. And he's going, oh, I still don't know if I believe in it. And I said, well, learn to fucking swim. And he was like, oh, I don't know. And then we were driving around and they're smashing down all the social housing in Canberra. And I'm going, oh, fail, big fail. And I said, that's not a clever move, smashing down your social housing. He said, oh, it's all money. And I said, well, yeah, it is, because Canberra winters are very hard. And if you're homeless in Canberra, you see a fat old bastard, what you do is you go up to him with a knife and say, give me your wallet, give me your phone and give me your numbers, or I'll cut that fat out of you. And he's like, no one do that. And I said, I will fucking do that to you. And it's fucking, they're doing the same thing. I don't know why states do this. Oh, we'll
Yeah.
smash down the public housing and we'll sell the land under it and it'll be great. And it's like, and then they wonder why there's fucking homeless everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, because it's a short-term boost to their budget, and it gets them a headline in the newspaper about what a great financial manager they are,
Yeah.
and it costs 10 times more down the line. But
I
this
just,
year,
go on.
no, that was it. This year, they get to say they're great.
Well, I fucking think in Victoria right now, I love the fact that the current premier is getting his ass kicked for shit that the former um, uh,
Yeah.
premiers did,
Yeah.
and he's going, where the fuck am I going to get this social housing from? I mean, am I going to pull it out of my ass? You fucking sold it. Where's the money? Oh, we gave it to our developer friends. Nice work, dickhead. And so cleverly, he's basically gone, we're going to stick you in these bolt hole homes the Chinese have bought that they're not living in if they don't want to pay 60% tax. Do you know, though, a lot of them have paid the fucking tax because they don't want the dirty white folk in their homes. Interesting. I wouldn't want dirty white folk in my homes either. Don't like them. They eat funny fucking food.
Yeah, basically.
Have weird toileting habits. Never even heard of a bidet.
Yeah.
You're looking at something producer style. I can tell.
I am a little bit. I was letting you go on something.
Well, I'll go off and tear about lots of things. Listen, one of the things I've learned is, all those documentaries that say it's not the fire that gets you, like a house or a plane.
Yeah.
It's the smoke.
Yeah.
Fucking is the smoke.
Yeah.
Trust me. I gave up smoking 5 and a bit years ago now.
Yes.
Can you fucking believe that? I haven't smoked for 5 and a bit years. I smoked
pretty
for
good.
32 years, and everyone said, AZ's never going to give up smoking. Not going to happen. And everyone was convinced AZ's not going to give up smoking. And then boss at the house came in and said, you're going to give up smoking next Thursday. I said, I've still got a packet of smokes. When that packet of smokes runs out, that's it. And he fucking meant it too. And so I had to go on these, and it worked like a fucking charm. And my whole lungs opened up. I looked like a lot better. Everybody said, fuck, you look great. I felt amazing. If I'd have known that giving up smoking would have made me feel that good, I would have done it 20 years earlier. Fucking no shit. I would have done it 20 years earlier. It was a bitch of a thing to do. And they say to you, 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. If you can fucking make it to each of those threes, and they all get easier. I promise they get easier. If you can hit those threes, smoking's gone. And you feel so much better. Fuck, your dick is harder. I mean, come on. It's all good. Your eyes
not to
fucking
laugh.
clear up. Your skin clears up. And the big thing is you can breathe. I had no idea how much I couldn't breathe. 2 years ago, we checked my emphysema because everybody who smokes has emphysema. Did you know that? It just when it gets to the point where you're not taking in enough oxygen for your body to actually function. Do they call it clinical emphysema? But if you smoke, you're damaging the ends of your lungs. And so my emphysema is around 8%, which is not fucking good. But that's going to rise to about 12% because it doesn't just fucking stop. And that's better than fucking 50%. And when you give up smoking, doesn't matter when, you're still fucking winning. All right.
Yeah.
So I gave up smoking at a time which was late, but I'm still fucking winning. And I felt fucking great. Is the point I'm making? I looked better, my health improved, and then boss of the house said you got to get off the drugs, which was fucked. And I did that with the help of Force, and
Force.
effectively my health has improved a lot. Then I hit the smoke on the way back from Canberra. I spent a week in Canberra with my family. A relative had an operation, needed some help, so I went and helped. And in the last couple of days, the smoke from the bushfires came through, and I sucked it down. I've been a smoker for 32 years. I can fucking handle smoke. I can't.
Yes.
I fucking cannot. By that second day, I was starting to give it that fucking trying to get oxygen in. I'd walk maybe 20 meters, be sweating my ass off and go, I can't breathe. Finally got on the plane, and when a plane goes up in the air, they pressurize the cabin to 8,000 feet. 8,000 feet is less air than you get on the ground. But because there was no fucking smoke in it, I felt like I could fucking breathe.
Yes.
I get to Melbourne. It's 2 weeks later, and I am still every morning coughing up black particulate matter. And it tastes like gum. It tastes like gum smoke, and that's what it is. And you see these docos which say, "Fuck it, if there's a fire, get down under the smoke, get the fuck out of there." And they say on the plane, "Fucking look where the exits are, fucking know where you are, because when that smoke hits, you'll see fucking nothing."
Why they have the
That's
light
real.
on the floor? They say
The
follow
lights
the
on the
lights on the
floor,
floor because you
know
should
where
be
you're fucking
crawling.
going. Go, get down low, go, go, go. Same in a house. Is that nicotine I'm vaping? Fuck yes. The nicotine that I'm vaping makes me not go crazy and kill people. And it's a good thing.
Going crazy. I'm going to try this. I haven't tried it yet.
You haven't tried it yet?
Break the seal on the bottle.
Break the seal on the bottle and give me a couple of minutes of quiet time. I'm just going to mute myself.
Okay.
Take yourself full screen, and I'll be back in a minute.
All right. There we go. Me. Okay. And the lid's proving really difficult to get off. I need my little fucking jar opener. Where did I put it? God damn. Okay. I'm going to disappear slightly up here. I'll keep talking to you. I'm just going to go around here to get the thing I want. Right. One of these magical things. They're very handy. Hey, Luke, just got home from a Christmas Eve dinner. Good on you. Is this going to work? Oh, Jesus. I'm never going to have this drink because I can't get the bottle open. Wow, this is just amazing. Come on. Oh, my God, that got it. Wow, that was really difficult to open. Aussie Gun Bunny, Merry Christmas, my friend. Ooh, oh, wow, that's got a strong aroma. Sally, you've had fires near Norseman. Been through a lot of fires. Oh, yeah, no, this is nothing like anything anyone's had before. Well, that is no, there's chili in that. It's just got in the back of my nose. Okay, this will be interesting. Ooh, that is a yellowy green. It looks a bit more golden yellow on the camera. In real life, it does have a green tinge. Hence the name. Anchoreas Verde. I'm gonna have a little taste of it, and I'll come up with a cocktail for it. Yes, line spider, that little device of mine is for opening jail lids, but it has the different sizes, the big size for the jars and going down to this one, which is good for getting the lids off bottles. And that one was astonishingly hard to get off. Oh my God, the smell from this is just sort of permeating out. Whew. Okay, this is something special, I think. All right. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. That really, oh, my word. Oh, that has a really serious amount of chili in it. That has a really, really serious amount of chili in it. Okay, I know what I need to mix with it to survive, essentially. I've got an idea. Yes, I think I know what to get. Yeah, Fox, you're right about having milk ready. Now I'm going to do something with Advocaat because no, I've got eggnog. Oh my God, chili eggnog. That'd be pretty wild. I've still got some eggnog. I'll get my glass and some ice, and I'll have some chili eggnog. That'll be a bit of a beast. I just have to go over here, get my faithful tiki mug. Go over here and get a big block of ice. And my giant blocks of ice, because that's the way I like it. And I should have got the eggnog while I was over here, but here it is. All right, eggnog. Mix it up a little, mix it up a little. Stella, yes, cucumber would be a good option. Fox, creme de cacao is not cream milk based, but it's a good flavor. That's what I was going to make a cocktail with some creme de cacao. Yeah, Luke, trying to kill myself with chili on camera is really full on. I'm going to have chili eggnog. See what that's like. We joke about it killing me. This would literally kill Aidsy. He has an allergy to chili. And this stuff is not mucking about with its chili content, quite honestly. Bushfire themed cocktail. This would be part of a bushfire themed cocktail because it's like my throat's on fire when I had a little sip of it. See what chili eggnog is like. So called a scummer. There's been a lot of good jokes about what a piece of shit ScoMo is. Oh God, the Chaser knocked it out of the park when they had a headline saying, when ScoMo was on a flight coming back, he was moved from he was given a seat in the emergency exit row, but moved when he refused to help in the event of an emergency, which I thought was a really good line. Someone's got ScoMo into the Urban Dictionary, and the top definition is like running away from something that's your responsibility because you can't be bothered. And it's yeah, that's a pretty good one. And the other joke I liked was a Hawaiian is now any pizza you leave in the oven to burn while you go off and do something else that's not as important. The people have been going to, and apparently the young folk are going to town on ScoMo on the TikTok, the thing the young people like. Oh, that kind of works. That's got the chili burn under control. It's still there, which is nice. It sort of sneaks up on you, but you're just drinking it straight. That does not sneak up on you. It holds you down and punches you in the throat. Nog, how you going? Stella, some Ardbeg whiskey for a smoky flavor. I could put some tequila in too. Some tequila and Scotch would give it quite the smoky flavor. God, and some of this chili thing, that'd be deadly. Oh God, that just keeps the chili under control. Quite honestly, it's really there. If you like a chili burn, doing this, having it with eggnog, is a good option because it's still got the chili burn, but it's manageable. It's pretty fucking full on, but you'd have to really like chili to just neck shots of that, basically. Oh, David, yes, I did see someone put out a Hawaiian shirt that had Scummo's face in the middle of the what are those flowers that are always on Hawaiian shirts? Are they hyacinths? I'm trying to remember. No, get ready for Christmas with your rum and Pepsi. Nice. You're a ghost pepper man, Luke? Yeah, I have eaten some hot chilies. But yeah, I think Fox, what's that you want to mix with the chili? Amarula. Hibiscus. I think you're right, David. It's hibiscus flowers. Amarula. I don't know that one. Amarula. I look it up. It's a cream-based one. There you go. Cream liqueur from South Africa. Sugar cream and the fruit of the African marula tree. Also called the elephant tree or the marriage tree. Oh, there you go. So it's a creamy, fruity thing. I've got a couple of creamy, well, the eggnog and Advocaat and what's the other? Oh my God, I got the, I was having a bit of a laugh. There's this mob who make a few different flavored chocolate liqueurs, creamy chocolate liqueurs, and for Halloween they made pumpkin spice, and I got that, ironically. But it's okay actually. Luke, you're a wild turkey and Coke man. That's what you're having on Christmas Day. Yeah, I mean, I'm into variety, as obviously, but I don't often do the just mixer and cola. I do sometimes. Sometimes a mixer and a lemonade. Maybe I quite enjoy making the cocktails. But I will occasionally just do the mixer with a cola. But not all that often, actually. And yeah, some of them go very well with lemonade because I do have some quite different and interesting mixes up there. Some of the herbal ones. There's a few herbal based ones that go quite well. Oh, I think Aidsy's waving at me to come back. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, am I allowed to be back on your device again?
Yes. Oh, wait, what am I doing? There you are.
Thanks for letting me back on your device. You're nice. Right. I like you.
So, yeah, while you were gone, I tried the chili liqueur.
How was it?
Not fucking around, I will tell you that much. I was joking about spritzing some of it in your eyes to kill you. I'd actually only have to breathe on you after drinking it, and you would be out of the comfort zone, as the saying goes. It's quite frequent. So I've
quite frequent.
I've mixed it with some eggnog, which has the chili burn under control. It's nice. Right. First, I was going, oh, that suppressed it completely, and then this chili burn sort of started coming up my throat. Oh no, it's just got it under control. So it was. Oh man, they are not. That is going to last me a long fucking time. That one. So,
right. Hey, would you be really nice and not, play a prank?
What with the chili?
Yeah, it's just a thing. Because the paperwork might be excessive.
Yes. how did he die? He was a little wuss and he couldn't hold his liquor. And the coppers go, oh, well, fuck him then. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put it down to alcohol poison.
There's like,
How many drinks did he have?
yeah.
Oh, half of one.
Half of a shot. Yeah, it's like were these teenagers doing shots of the Polish spiritus, thinking it was vodka? No, there was just chili in it, and that kills him.
Might have been an issue.
Holy
My
shit!
leg must
It
be
is
fucking terrible.
No, I don't think so. I think you're maybe a second part. What is it if this actually says what the ingredients are? Fine friends, produced and bottled in Mexico. Just calls it a bold, versatile cocktail ingredient. It's unique flavor. It's a unique flavor, and it transcends time, season, and geography.
Give it a sombrero and make it pick avocados.
And in AZ's case, it transcends this mortal coil. So should be shared with friends and family to celebrate the everyday. Look, anyone who drinks this every day is like has a problem. I'm just saying.
Yes.
As well as the most extraordinary of days. Yeah. So they say fire roasted green poblanos, charred tropical fruit, and smoke. There you go. In the mouth, notes of golden roasted pineapple, touch of savory acidity, and the bright taste of green chilies. Finishing with a rich texture and piquant heat. No. It's fucking chilies. You drink that, and what you taste is fucking chilies. That is what you taste.
The bright taste of green chilies.
The bright sort of, I'm awake.
Bright taste of fire. The bright taste of burning metal. I'm going to remember that. The bright taste. Every time, have you heard the Death Nut Challenge? Company in the USA makes nuts that have 9 million. Fuck! 9 million sorry about that. 9 million
that's a fair reaction.
Chili on them. The challenge is to eat them and not drink for 5 minutes. Are you fucking out of your mind? I mean, okay.
You got it wrong. It's 13 million Scoville
13 million Scoville units. That's just getting beyond. It's like not even on this plane of existence. It's next level shit, right? Fucking, okay. Your ghost in the mouth, where else would you put it?
That's a different challenge. I would like to see some bros being drunk enough to do the challenge of sticking one of those peanuts up their butt because they think it would be funny, and then realizing there's no going back from that.
No.
There's nothing that is see, this is what's wrong with me, that there are certain people who I find to be very stupid, who I think would be stupid enough to do that, and that amuses me, the thought of them doing it.
Yeah. You know that there's frat houses already that say, stick one of these up your ass and go for a walk down the length of the bar. You know that's... And, of course, they've got apparatus at the other end of the bar to remove said thing, because otherwise they'll die in shit. And that, again, paperwork. 13 million Scoville units. How do you fucking get that? I mean, okay, that's like, it's got to be a synthetic process, because your ghost pepper is, David Hill, help me out here. Your ghost pepper is what Scoville units?
I'll look it up. Hottest chili is... There are the California... Okay, this is natural, and you are absolutely right. The California Reaper delivers an average of 1.5 million Scoville units. And the comparison, your normal scary jalapeno peppers between 2.5 and 8,000 Scovilles. So, the California Reaper is basically 1,000 times hotter than what a normal person would think is a hot chili. And when David is saying these nuts are somehow coated in something that's 10 times hotter than a California Reaper. So, Yikes.
So you eat one and don't drink for 5 minutes. It's got to do normal people actual damage.
Oh,
Me,
yeah.
you could fucking wave it at the other end of the room, and I just and that'd
Yeah.
be it. You'd not have to worry about
Yes.
having me on your device anymore.
Yes.
Don't call an ambulance. No real point.
Yeah.
EpiPen, have you got 5? Anyway, fucking, how would a normal person?
Not well. David's saying there's videos on YouTube they just throw up and stuff.
You'd have to. You'd have to.
I,
Your body would reject it.
I do remember that someone else Luke brought up Jackass. That's like a Jackass challenge. They did one years ago where they challenged someone to snort wasabi. And he ended up vomiting. He just like got a little line of wasabi, and not just common or garden variety wasabi. Apparently, it was a pretty serious wasabi, and he snorted it. And yeah, he was vomiting. His body's reaction to having its sinuses burnt to fuck was to make him spasm and vomit. So it's not a good thing for people to do. David says they use capsaicin crystals. So there's some sort of chemical process to refine the capsaicin to be that fucking deadly.
It scares fuck out of me. I've got to tell hospitals that I'm allergic to capsaicin. Okay, number one, they don't fucking know what it is, which I'm going, oh, fuck. And then I say, I'm allergic to chili. And they go, there's none of that in here. There is.
Yes.
And happens all the fucking time. And the other thing is that capsaicin is an amazing painkiller, right? Because what it does is it actually burns so hard and so fast that the nerve endings that get hit by it have no sensation after it. So they're seriously looking at capsaicin as a painkiller because it's not an opioid and it's not a sativa. So they're going, okay. And you're talking about people, with end-stage AIDS. You're talking about people with cancer, fucking hardcore pain, people with broken limbs, because this stuff can go bang straight away. It hurts
burning
like
out the pain
fuck,
receptors.
and that's it. You're done. And I don't know, do I tattoo this on my fucking head? Allergic to capsaicin? Because, one of these days I'm going to be unconscious after being hit by a truck, because that's going to happen. And fucking, we'll get him with this new fucking drug. It'll be great. And, he's going all kinds of puffy.
Yes.
And it'll be hospital grade pure capsaicin. Shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah.
When they had me on the friggin' there's a you get off drugs drug. And it's a patch you wear. It's really good. Oh no, you put it under your tongue and eat it. Yeah, don't worry about this. Anyway, what it does, it's supposed to give you pain relief, but what it does is it blocks opioids, which is great because you can get off the drugs. Yay! But I kept on saying to these doctor folks, hey, what if I get run down by a truck and I'm unconscious and I need immediate pain relief? And they go, that's cool because we can wash the stuff out of your system. I'm going, no. What if I need it immediately because I'm going into shock?
Yeah.
Because, when you get hit by a bullet, a lot of people think it's the flesh tearing that kills you. Mostly it's actually the shock. When you hit a bone, that's the thing that actually fucking does most of the damage. Or the femoral artery. That's a pretty bitch of a place to get shot too. Anyway, enough of getting shot. If I get run down by a truck and this stuff was in, I said, like, what are you going to do? The only thing is, hit me with this fucking morphine or diamorphine, and it's not going to fucking work. And they said, oh, no, we can wash it out of your system. We can wash it out of your system. And I said, how long will that take? And they said, less than 3 days. And I'm going, so I'm going to go into shock in 4 minutes, and you're going to take 3 days. How's this going to work? And they said, yeah, no, it's going to be fine. And I discovered that there's actually a way to make it work. I'm not going to discuss that here because it's not a good thing.
Yep. Okay, well, I am now going to experiment with an actual cocktail with the chili deadly stuff. So this is the stuff that's trying to tame it, the Advocaat, which is like an egg cream based liqueur.
I see. I hear you.
Good for making frothy cocktails.
Yeah, and we all liked
a bit more than
frothy
a shot
white cocktail.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a gay joke. It's a gay joke.
I know.
It means semen. It's a semen thing, right?
The gay
entendre.
The gay gossip columnist, Dan Savage, he was so pissed off at the conservative American. I think he was a politician. I don't think he was just the lobbyist. I think he was a politician.
He was.
Rick Santorum. And so he said, I'm going to get everyone to link to this online to saying the actual definition of Santorum is that frothy mix of lube and fecal matter that's the sometimes unavoidable byproduct of anal sex. And it works.
It's stuck.
Absolutely what shows up when you search for Santorum.
People still use Santorum now.
People
still call it Santorum. Young folk call it Santorum without even knowing why.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Dan Savage also invented the term pegging for a woman wearing a strap-on and doing a guy up the clacker. He said we have to come up with a name for this and floated a few possibilities, and the one that got voted for was pegging. So that's not bad to actually popularize 2 terms for sexual activities or things related to sexual activies.
And Gandhi only ever did one.
Yes. Oh, yes. The dirty Gandhi? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, it was in Sanskrit, so I can't do it justice. And there's body movements involved, and I can't do them.
Joking. He was a filthy bugger. I'm not even joking.
No, he was a piece of fucking...
Gandhi absolutely abused his position as spiritual leader to get a lot of...
he used to sleep with 2 or 3 fucking teenage girls every night.
Yes, it was all in the name of spiritual enlightenment.
That's right. He would try and stop himself from being, righto, big guy. Yeah, you were trying to stop yourself. Yeah. Right. With 3 hanging around. Yeah.
So speaking of naming things, we got to try and come up with a name for this one. So this has the chili Ancho Reyes liqueur. It has a brown creme de cacao in it. It has Advocaat in it, and it has lime juice, because lime juice you often put, in Mexican drinks. Lime juice is a thing. Cool. Absolutely looks like baby diarrhea, so that's a plus.
That's a plus. That's a plus.
Smells like chocolate at this point, because I did put the chocolate flavored liqueur in there.
That's a Mexican thing, having chocolate and chili on the one thing.
Yeah.
Looks like chocolate.
Montezuma's Revenge. I'm sure that's a name for when you get really uncontrollable diarrhea when you're on a Mexican holiday. I should not call. Now I can't think of anything else to call it. Should absolutely not call it a Montezuma's Revenge, but
have a taste.
Fuck, it's good. The lime juice is great. Oh, I wasn't sure about putting lime juice in it, but that lifts it. It smells like chocolate. It looks like chocolate. It's weird. The chocolate smell is stronger than the chili. Oh, And here comes the chili, and it's just like it sneaks up on you. But yeah, I don't know that the chili's a bright taste, but the lime's a bright taste. This is really good.
I've
Again,
got
not for you or the kid.
the name for
Yes,
this one. The
yes.
Sneaky Mexican.
No, no, I am not. No, I am not trying to popularize a drink called the Sneaky Mexican. Oh my God, 80 is cancelled. 80 is absolutely cancelled. Yeah. What the fuck? David,
Yeah,
a
fair
Cadbury
enough.
Scarvicue. Well, what's it? It's got Advocat to make it a bit creamy to take the edge off the chili. It's got the chili, and it's got the brown creme de cacao. Yeah, I'm swinging back towards Montezuma's Revenge at this point, but
I mean, if you're into the chili, it sounds like a really nice.
if someone was into chili, they would love this because it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are just into chili.
Mm.
Tamping it down with something else works because I don't mind getting a manageable chili burn from something. It's just, oh my God, straight. This is freaking deadly.
I've
Weird things
never
on the
seen.
label. Hey, call Cali Dad. Oh, I thought it said call Dad. No, it's Calidad. What does Calidad mean? So
Isn't that a region? I thought that was a region, like a place.
Ortazima Calidad. I'm going to put that into the internet and see what it tells me. What was it? Ortazima. Ortizima Calidad. There you go. It auto completed, so it's something. Wait a sec, it wants to translate it.
Well, I was going to say, mate, does
Ah,
your Google Translate?
top quality. That's what
Oh,
it means.
there you go.
There you go. Top quality.
Oh,
El original. I don't know what that means.
no, I've got no idea.
That's a mystery.
I
That
was
one's
going to
a mystery
say,
we'll
go on,
never solve.
say again.
It also says El Original, and that's just too complicated, and we will never know what that means.
Well, we will never speak of it again.
Yes.
What I was going to say is I've
Yeah.
never seen a Reaper pepper, a California Reaper. I've never seen that. But I have seen a human being, a young guy, eat a ghost pepper, swallow it down, no reaction. No reaction. His mates around him are losing their fucking minds. And then he goes over to the sink and washes his hands thoroughly. And he says, yeah, they taste great, but you don't want to touch your eyes or anything
No.
else.
No.
And everybody's just fucking. I was watching this going,
Yeah.
are you fucking kidding me? Because, his friends were having a bit and you could
Yeah.
see actual burn marks on their lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy was quite cool. And I was just thinking, okay, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, no, there are some people who are fucking right into chili.
Yes.
I remember when I was at uni, you used to eat grey stuff or red stuff.
Yeah.
The grey stuff was a kind of stew with stew in it, and the red stuff was a kind of thing with chili in it. Yeah, often I'd be invited to dinner. Yeah, people liked me at a table. Happens. And they would go, here's your red stuff. And I go, ah. And then some nice person would go, don't give Azy the red stuff. It's funny watching him swell up and you can make him into a party balloon, but afterwards there's paperwork. And so, yeah, I used to eat bread, which is very kind. But it was one night when I was at one of these people's houses visiting a young lady who I was
Yeah.
intimate with, and they were having a red stuff dinner, and the pot for some reason bubbled on the table. It just
Right.
bubbled, right?
Yes.
Up, splash. Everyone went, wow, that was different. And the waft, it didn't, there was no splash, there was no liquid.
Yeah.
Just the waft of the chili came over and hit one of my eyes,
Yeah.
a little bit of the other one of my eyes, and it immediately started tearing and started swelling up. And I'm
Yeah.
going, I might be a bit fucking shit here.
Yeah.
And everyone's looking at me going, yuck. And apparently what
Yes.
happened was my eye immediately
Well
went,
done. Yeah.
but then this whole side of my face started to swell and my nose started to go. And so
Oh
because
no.
it just wouldn't stop, they went
Yes.
hospital. And
Yeah.
so down we went. And they said, fuck, what's going on with you? And chili. And I went, no, no one's allergic to chili. I'm dying. Um, and then they gave me the whole bit. The first two bits didn't work, and so they were starting to freak a little bit. And I
Yes.
was in there for 2 days. And
Yeah.
there were jokes around that house. Aidsy, tell us when you're coming around. No chili for you.
Yes.
So there you
Yes.
go. Yeah. Bizarre times. Loving them. But yeah, I see people who like chili. Do you know, weirdly though, I like the taste of chili. The actual
Yeah.
flavour is
Yeah.
great. The hot kills me, but the actual flavour is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got to take the good with the bad, um, especially when it's Caladad. See what I did there? I put a
Yes.
word with you. Yeah.
Yes.
See what I did?
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I heard that.
Nicely
And
done.
I didn't even hassle the Mexicans. Build the wall.
Yeah.
MAGA.
Yeah. I
Um,
noticed Lion Spider saying he's made the mistake of after chopping chili going to the dunny and forgetting and not having washed hands. No. My first
don't.
exposure to something like that was a shared house at college. There's a guy in the kitchen and he's chopping up chilies and he's going, it's cool, yeah. And he goes, and he's laughing and going, the only thing you have to do is remember to not rub your eyes. And 10 minutes later, I saw him staggering through the house, trying to find the bathroom, going, I rubbed my eyes. I rubbed my eyes.
I've seen it myself. I've
Oh
seen it
my
myself.
God.
I've seen a girl do it at one of these houses. And me and two of the other girls there went, oh no. And she's gone, oh shit. And so we've grabbed her and taken her straight into the bathroom and
Yeah.
turned the tap on. No fucking round, wet clothes, the whole bit, because we knew, no, get it out now.
Yeah.
Washed our hands while we were there. Have you
Yeah.
ever washed someone else's hands?
That seems weird. Yes.
It's weird. Very strange experience. I recommend it. When you get a chance, grab someone and, go to a big enough sink or a shower or whatever,
Yeah.
and wash their hands.
Yeah.
It's cool, but
Yeah.
weird. Anyway,
Weird.
so yeah, we washed our hands and washed the stuff
Yeah.
out of her eyes. And for an hour and a half later, she said, "Oh, thanks guys for that." And it was still stinging. You could see
Yeah.
it was red as, but it stopped her freaking.
Yeah, if it gets into anywhere with mucous membranes, that's your eyes, your nose, or if you're going to the loo, one thing guys will know, like if they go to take a piss, if they hold their dick without thinking about it, or if you wipe your ass without thinking about it, it can work its way through toilet paper. I do remember a particular nightclub entertainment venue for people who were into extreme things. It was the Hellfire Club. It was a BDSM club in Darlinghurst. They had a
special. Those kids are special.
Yeah, and they had a thing with I forget what it was that made the hot sensation. It was some paste. something that had a hot sensation. But then there was this stuff called wintergreen that had a weird cold burn sensation. And the thing was, and performers did this. They painted a guy's dick in like this barber pole pattern, one string of the hot stuff and one string of the cold stuff. And both of these were illusions. Neither of them were hot or cold in temperature, but the stimulus they gave to your nerves were hot and extreme cold.
Extreme cold.
And they painted his dick in a barber pole of those two, and then he's shagging a lady, and so they both got this intense, impossible for your brain to process hot cold thing that won't go away, and it's just like good for you kids, good consenting adults can do stuff. Not for me.
See what you've done there.
Yeah.
And I go, not hurting you or anyone else.
Yep.
Might be hurting you.
Yeah. That's your thing. So
yeah. It's one of those things. I always say, hey, if it's not hurting you or anyone else, go crazy. But I say some things and I go, that's hurting you. That has got to be hurting you.
Oh my god, Lion Spider also offers the helpful tip: stay away from like serious like green or red curry or chilies for that matter if you're planning on going downtown after the date. I could see that having unforeseen circumstances.
I never even thought of that.
Neither would I. That's why I thought I'd
thought of that. That would absolutely do the thing, because I've kissed people after they've been to dinner and burnt the shit out of my lips and tongue, and this is like hours after dinner.
Yes,
right?
it hangs around. Yes,
like hours after dinner, I've kissed them and gone, "Why are my fucking lips burning?" And they start to swell up, and I've gone, "That'd be the chili then." Did you eat chili tonight? Yeah, only a little bit. How many times have you and me heard that, Henry?
Yes.
Only a little bit.
Yeah.
Jesus. Is there any chili in there?
Aussie Gun Bunny shared with me. We've both got the skull motif happening. That's his drink.
Nice.
Like I've got I was drinking the chili to show how hardcore I am. I was drinking it out of my skull shot glass. But
you've got a lot of skull glasses.
I do.
Equipment.
I have. In terms of like skull decanters, I've got. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4? About 6 different sorts and sizes, from little shot-sized ones that I got duty-free, little things of Crystal Head vodka that are this big, through to these ones. I mix my beverages in, get my flavored beverages, through to I've got a couple of the old Crystal Head vodka bottles that I've repurposed. And I've got an even bigger one than this, a decanter I got from one of those $2 shops. It was more than $2. I just call them $2 shops because everyone knows what that is. They actually came in a set, 4 of these shot glasses and a decanter. I've got the 2 bottles of Crystal Head vodka I ever bought. I freely admit I bought for the bottles, but not just the bottles. They were like gift sets because it's twice as expensive as like Smirnoff. Basically, it's a much better tasting vodka than Smirnoff. Don't know that it's twice as good, but I got it on special with a gift pack. One was the bottle of vodka and these 2 really nice, quite heavy cut glass skull shot glasses, and the other one was a skull martini glass, which I've used on live streams. I'm sure people have seen before. So I only bought it when it had a bonus gift, I guess.
But I've seen you do that before. You know, go into shop to alcohol and go, here is a box set.
Yes.
Like if you went, I like this series. I've seen it on the Pirate, but I would like to support the the producers and actors, I'm going to buy the box set.
Yeah.
And, I've seen you do that before too. And I see this same mentality going on when you're in the shop to alcohol and go,
Yeah.
aha, there's an alcohol that I've enjoyed before. I'm going to enjoy it in its box set form, with the extra fanny pack, glass dildo, and skull motif.
That went down the back of my throat.
I got him. I fucking got him. I fucking got him. You beauty. First of the season. Thank you.
Oh, God. Okay. So Dr. Obama, yes, the stream's going to at least 10. I don't have to go to work tomorrow because it's fucking Christmas. Maybe we'll go long. I don't know. Depends how much energy we have. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm losing my voice, but who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah. PBR's having eggnog with rum and Baileys. I'm having eggnog as a remedy for fucking chili because I get there's a specialist bottle shop in the city in Melbourne called the Wigs Cellar because it's near the courts. So the wigs, as in a QC's wig, that's not where you want to. That's not where you go if you want to get pissed for cheap. It's where you go if you want to get something that you can't get anywhere else. They have all the standard ones, but I thought, okay, I got to get something. It's like where I get my absinthe and whatnot. So no, I was looking for inspiration, and there was a few that caught my eye. But then, yeah, this is what I got the other day. For those who haven't seen it yet, Anchoreas Verde. It's a Mexican chili liqueur, and they are not fucking around with the chili. It's yes, that was the last of my cocktail, which chili choc chili explosion. I don't know.
Well, you'd rejected my name.
I did, in fact, reject AIDS's. The Dirty Mexican would be an even worse name for it because it had that chocolate color going on.
Oh, I wasn't going to go there. I was
trying to say lazy Mexican. I forget what you said.
Sneaky Mexican. Because it was all very nice until the chili burn came in later.
Yeah. Honestly, that's apart from the just appalling racism, that has a lot going for it.
Yeah.
The sneak, because it sneaks up on you. It's like I put the other stuff in that took the edge off the chili, and you go, "Oh, that's it. There's no chili at all." Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Yes, there is. Well, why don't we take down the wall, take off our MAGA hats?
Yes.
And do you know what always makes me laugh? That MAGA hats are made in China.
Yes, all of Trump shit is made in China.
Hilarious. And do you know there's a rip-off MAGA hat made in North Korea?
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I fucking love that. There's a rip-off fucking MAGA hat.
That is fantastic.
It just blows my mind. Anywho, so yeah, we're taking off our MAGA hats, we're taking down the wall. We're not saying sneaky Mexican anymore. Why don't we say the sneaky nightshade?
Nightshade?
Yeah, because they're in the nightshade family of plants.
Oh, okay, Mr. Intellectual. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I am. That's me. I am Mr. Intellectual.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you specifically to fucking call me Mr. Intellectual all the time.
Do you actually, as a laugher, because you don't spend that much time on the internet, you might not have seen it. A great Australian classic of the last 2 decades was the comedy series Kath and Kim. And Kim is an absolutely intolerable person. And her best friend, played by Magda Zabansky, was Sharon Strzelecki, and they played netball together, and she always treated her best friend like shit. Magda Zabansky did, and I think they were commercials, but they were attempts at viral videos, whatnot, with Kim Kardashian. And Kim Kardashian is playing Kim, and Magda's playing, and they've got these videos, fucking great. And it's just how did Kim Kardashian come to see Kath and Kim? I know there was a failed attempt to make an American version of Kath and Kim.
But do you know what was bizarre about that as well?
Yeah.
There was the failed attempt to make the American version of Kath and Kim, but they
Yes.
also showed the Australian version first.
Yeah, it was on Netflix. Yeah.
I didn't know that. They showed the Australian version, then they tried to make the American version. It's like, you've seen all the fucking jokes.
Yeah.
What was going to happen, guys? I mean, I know the girls, because I chatted to them, said they didn't fuck. They were willing to sign.
Yeah.
Good on you, girls. Go hard.
Yeah.
They're the nicest girls. They're the nicest ladies
Yes.
that you'll meet. They are so sweet.
Yeah.
So nice. And they're really supportive of younger women too,
Yeah.
which is not always the case.
No, there's a bit of kick the ladder down behind you with some people.
There's a little bit of that. Not all over. Not all over. But yeah, no, there's a bit of it in there. It's just because you know, in the old days was fucking hard for a chick to get anywhere in comedy, and today it's just fucking hard for a chick to get anywhere in comedy. So yeah, no, they're really, really nice. But when you see them on Kath and Kim, you go, wow.
Yeah, that is a great show, and I think Americans can still watch it on Netflix. It's weird what's on Netflix. Like, there's a few Australian series on Netflix. Check it out because it's fucking hilarious. It's weird, and a lot of the jokes are hugely Australian centric and are not going to translate. But it's just funny. The interplay of the characters, the mother and daughter, Kath and Kim, the best friend Sharon, the paramour. What's the boyfriend's name? Who's a butcher?
He is Night. Because she's then F Day Night.
Yes. It's Ken Knight, isn't it?
Ken Knight. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, we worked out a name. Yes. Yes, for us.
Yes. Okay. Dr. Obama pointed. Okay, some people pointed out those ads were for Uber and Uber Eats, and Dr. Obama points out Uber Eats are in trouble for wage theft. Oh yeah, Uber is a fucked, evil, despicable company. Uber Eats is probably worse in terms of exploitation. The people who are behind Uber, not the individual drivers and whatnot, don't hate on them, but the people behind the Uber company are pretty much asking for mobs with flaming torches and pitchforks to come after them because
I
they
actually
some of the fucking
traced the Uber Eats chain, right? From the supplier of food to the deliverer to the eater, okay? And the Uber people take a cut at each stage of the process, right? Now, traditionally, what happens is a company takes their cut at one point of the transaction, usually at the end. But no, they take a cut at each, they take a bite at each section. And it's like, why do you need to do that? You are already making...
They're evil. And they're still burning through billions of dollars.
Yeah. I don't know how. Kel Knight or Knight, not sure. Spelling.
Stella corrected her. She's right. It's Kel, not Kev. It was Kel Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to
do one more.
Oh, we didn't remember a name.
Yeah, we're not as good. All right. I'm going to do one more chili cocktail. I thought of another one. So
I'm starting to get burns over here now.
I was going to say, this is strong enough. I might be traveling across the internet and getting you.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I have to go off screen just for a little bit.
All right, you do that.
I can return in a moment. I'm muting my microphone so I don't make screech back noises.
All right, cool. All right, taking AIDS off screen. So I'm going to make a cocktail. So it has the scary Ancho Reyes Verde chili liqueur, a coconut liqueur to try and take the edge off the chili, and just make it a bit tropical. And while we're in a tropical mood, this is a lime-infused rum I made, white rum. And I infused it with fresh limes. Bit of flavour. And I will put some lime juice in there as well. Here's my lime juice. Freshly squeezed lime juice, or squeezed from fresh limes, whatever. However you want to put it, some lime juice. Not a full shot because lime juice is quite strong. I'm going to shake this. If it's only worry about Australia's food security. That's the thing. Bloody Scummo not wanting to do anything about climate change. It's an economic imperative for Australia. Our economy and country generally are going to fucking collapse. All right. Put that on ice. Lion's butter pineapple punch with a bucket of rum. Ah. Oh, yes, Dr. Obama, John Cain died this week. For those who don't know, he was a fairly significant figure in the Labor Party generally. In Victoria specifically, he was state premier for quite a while. And he's interesting for the world of politics. People fairly universally say positive things about John Cain, you know, as opposed to most politicians being complete scumbags. John Cain has most people's respect, essentially. Mofo sign that Syria had a lot of problems. Food security is definitely one of them. Assad being a totalitarian fuckhead is another. Yeah, this smells a bit coconutty. Oh yeah, that's good. So you feel like, in my mind, a good cocktail has multiple flavors. A shitty cocktail is what you get from a lot of bars where they basically just mix a spirit with fruit juice, so it just kind of tastes like you're drinking fruit juice. This one went through the phases like it goes. The coconut comes through first, and then the chili, and the lime juice comes through at the end. It's kind of fun with a lot of flavors fighting in your mouth. That's more fun than it might seem. Saying things are fighting in your mouth. And the chili lingers, I swear. Yes, for people who like their chili, the Ancho Reyes is your drink because it's fucking serious amounts of chili, quite honestly. Now, first thing, you're not saying global warming causes war directly, acts as an accelerant. I'm saying global warming is going to cause conflict on a scale we have never seen before. Global warming is going to cause, at a minimum, at an absolute minimum, it's going to cause millions of refugees as countries. We already have provinces and cities running out of water. When it gets to the point of countries running out of water, you're going to get, if you think there's a lot of refugees now, you ain't seen nothing. When climate change takes hold, we're going to get millions, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions of climate refugees. Like basically, picture all of India running out of water. Picture large chunks of China running out of water. Large chunks of the African continent running out of water. I have had something in mind, and I'm probably going to record it. A video that, in my mind, is just called "The Darkest Timeline." A future that I think is horrifyingly possible. And as each day goes by, with governments not doing anything to address the emergency that is climate change, it moves from possible to likely. Like I said, once you get millions of climate refugees, millions, tens of millions to hundreds of millions, uh, moving in waves across Africa, Europe, and Asia, and the Americas, you think you've seen right-wing populism and racism, paranoia, and outright fascism take hold now? Countries are going to put machine guns at their borders. They are going to kill refugees in massive numbers. Internment camps are going to happen. The white countries, or the countries that see themselves as white, uh, and I'm thinking mostly of America here, are going to start internment camps. But you'll see it. You'll see it in England. You'll see it in Europe. You'll see it in Australia. You will see internment camps for the other, the people who are regarded as less, because as resources disappear, more and more and more extreme punishments will just be accepted. I mean, there is stuff happening today that is absolutely unconscionable, and it's happening just because people don't give a shit. Australia's brutal fucking torture concentration camp islands, America locking people up in cages, and that's nothing. That is nothing compared to what will happen. It will actually be wholesale murder. And you look at the people who hold control in first world countries, they will not hesitate to perform actions that will bring about the deaths of millions. They will not even blink. To hold on to their power, to hold on to their resources, they will not even blink at killing millions, tens of millions of people. And sad to say, based on actual available evidence today, huge chunks of the population in countries like America, England, Australia will be completely fucking okay with extermination on a large scale, because it's happening to the other, who is a threat to our way of life. And
Our way
I
of
think AJ
life.
wants to come back. Where is he? There he is.
Our way of life. Bloody oath. Our way of life.
Yep.
We've worked for it for over 80 years. Bloody
Yes.
80 years we've worked for our way of life. Because it's God-given. Shouldn't have said
Yes. And that is another disturbing point I saw, just playing on God-given, because our Prime Minister Scummo is of that freaky, disturbing evangelical slant of so-called Christianity. The people who actually revel in and actively pursue Armageddon. That's a good thing.
Yep.
That's a good thing as far as they're concerned.
Yeah,
That would
and
be God's will.
His gig, those cats are trying to bring on Armageddon, and also some cats basically giving it a bit of climate change denial because essentially humans are given dominion over the earth and all its animals.
Yes.
So basically, there's no way humans can fuck up the earth.
Yeah, that's another thing they believe. If it happens, it's God's will. So
Armageddon can't fuck up the earth. Can fuck up the earth. Probably will, ironically, bring Armageddon around. But the sequel might not be what you think.
Yep.
However, who am I to say
Yeah.
I'm just a wild bisexual living in a bedsit.
Yep. I'm going to share with you now this little video from Barnaby Joyce, because as soon as we started talking about climate change being God's will, it reminded me of it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share it with everyone now. Hopefully, I will get the screen right. So we've got to share the Twitter, maximize it, maybe
Looks
turn up
good.
the volume. This is Barnaby Joyce's wisdom.
You know, there's a higher authority that's beyond our comprehension, and right up there in the sky. Unless we understand that that's got to be respected, then we're just fools. We're going to get nailed.
Sorry, that wasn't what I thought it was. That was someone's joke that they put Baby Yoda in the sky. Oh dear. All right, I'm going to find.
Buying it. I'm buying it. I reckon
I
Baby
like it.
Yoda could tell me what to do and I'd fucking do it. You know? It's not yet. There's no think. There's just do.
Yeah. I'm going to find Barnaby, though. All right.
I reckon he looks a little hot, bothered, and doesn't have enough water. Maybe that's why he's saying stuff.
All right. I'm going to have another go. This is the full Barnaby thing. That Baby Yoda caught me by surprise, but I still like it. So this is Barnaby chose to post this to social media. So where is it? There it is. Full screen it. And here's Barnaby.
Well, you probably wonder what politicians do on Christmas Eve. Well, when it's drought, they cattle. Now, you don't have to convince me that the climate's not changing. It is changing. My problem's always been whether you believe a new tax is going to change it back. Look, I just don't want the government any more of my life. I'm sick of the government being in my life. You know, and the other thing is I think we've got to acknowledge is, you know, there's a higher authority that's beyond our comprehension. And right up there in the sky, unless we understand that that's got to be respected, then we're just fools. We're going to get nailed.
So, yeah, that's Barnaby's advice to the world. Don't listen to science. God's in charge.
But I am a fool, and I have been nailed. But
Yeah.
I still think the climate change thing is something that both governments and communities should fucking get right into. Where am I in Barnaby's world?
Yes, that is a big question.
Fool, nailed, government, community, climate change. I love my hand gestures there. I'm going to fucking keep them. This is from now on. This is climate change.
Yes.
You know, it represents the shit coming down on our heads from about 1 million miles out in space. Hey, maybe we'll get hit by a fucking comet and it might matter.
Well, that's what we were talking about the other week. There are a freakish number of things that could wipe us out without warning, which would render everything else moot. What's that line in fucking Futurama at one point when, like, I think it's in the first episode when Fry wakes up in the future and says to Leela, like, oh, so global warming never happened. And Leela goes, oh, it did, but nuclear winter cancelled it out. So yikes.
And you know, somewhere there is some fuckwit trying to get hold of the government going, this will work.
There's already people talking about firing pollutants into the air to block out the sun. That's the and this is what does my head in, that we literally know exactly what we have to do to avoid disaster, and it will actually be good economically. It will just shake things up a bit, and that, you know, that tiny 1% of 1% who control more wealth and assets than half the population of the planet, they don't like the idea of them having slightly less. So they're fucking condemning us all to hell, rather than continuing with an affluent future. We could very easily continue with an affluent future for the overwhelming majority of the planet. It's just, it would shake up the absolute control of that tiny number of people who control things now. So they go, yeah, no, fuck it, we're not going to let you do that. We're not going to let you save everyone at a minor inconvenience to us. So
yeah, but you and I have lived with those people all our fucking lives. You know, you and I have lived up close to
yes,
those very individuals,
yeah,
and they're sensational.
yes,
And it's this whole, I like to party, but I don't like to clean up. You can clean up. Can
yeah,
I party as well? Fuck no.
yes,
You know, I remember this really puts it in the square for me. When I was a kiddie, I was raised on all these uh, yay fun kids TV shows where young high school kids would drive around in their cars doing pranks. And that would be awesome. And everyone would
yeah,
laugh, ha, 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 ha.
yes,
What about those plucky white kids doing those pranks? And they'd snitch things and or sneak alcohol in the party, and nothing bad would happen. And when I became a teenager, I went to do the same pranks that my
yes,
folks did, and found myself face down with
yeah,
security guards foot on my neck
mm,
because I'd been seen on a closed circuit TV because these same people who did all these pranks didn't want to lose all their shit or any of their shit.
yeah,
So that was no longer a thing. You go from the world, and this idea of kids running around in cars, no.
yeah,
You know, a car became so expensive that it would take you 3 or 4 years of a shitty job to get enough money to get a
mm,
shitty car. And essentially, as soon as you got a car, you were put to work in it.
mm,
This whole lifestyle change
yeah,
was basically built on, well, I had my fun, but I know where the holes were that my
yeah,
fun existed in. Now I'm
yeah,
going to plug all of those holes so no one can get into the same jam factory that I did.
yeah,
And yeah, that forced us down a very dark path,
yes,
which still occasionally I do today.
yeah.
Um, what do Captain Cook and Morrison have in common? They both regret going to Hawaii.
Yeah. We didn't quite get the full Captain Cook from Morrison, which was a shame. But yeah.
Nice.
Everyone was asking about the type of pranks. You know what you reminded me of with previous generations getting away with shit? There's a podcast that I thoroughly enjoy called Behind the Bastards, where a journalist, yeah, he researches really fucked people from history and from the modern day, and gets a comedian in to react to the stuff he's discovered about them. And he did one on Jerry Falwell, the American evangelical. And Jerry Falwell's dad was a fucking unit. And Jerry Falwell's whole family was pretty fucked. Jerry Falwell's dad was a fairly successful businessman, but kind of happened. And he was a prankster. One of Jerry Falwell's dad's pranks was, this is like around the Depression era, like people were very poor, and one of his employees was complaining about not having enough money to eat, so he made him a soup and said it was like squirrel soup. And the guy that was thanking him for it did say afterwards that the squirrel meat was kind of tough and gross and whatnot. And Gerald Ford says, "Ha! I played a prank on you. I killed your cat and chopped it up and made soup out of it and fed it to you. So that's what some people think a prank is.
Yep.
So yeah.
That's fucking awesome. That wouldn't get you put in jail today.
No. Online Spider's saying he knew a guy who revenged on his boss by leaving bagged prawns in the sun, then got a syringe to suck up the gross juice and injected it inside the rubbers of his boss's car doors. Another good one is curtain rods. You take down curtain rods and put the prawns inside there because no one looks in the curtain rods.
And it's just
gross.
It's just the other one I've heard, it's a ladies one, this one generally.
Yes.
When he decides to go off, for a month or so, or even a couple of weeks, she'll get in there, go into the closet, hose down the whole fucking place and the master bedroom, lawn seed everywhere.
Oh yes, yeah.
Up the head, fuck off. When he comes back, green grass everywhere. Mow your fucking bedroom before you sleep in it.
Yeah, that's a very expensive one to recover from. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Stella listens to the same podcast. She reminded me of another one of the pranks. One time, Jerry Falwell brings a friend from school home, and his dad knew someone was coming, so he's sitting waiting for them to come in the front door. And as his friend comes in, I think it was Jerry Falwell Sr., had a gun and fired at his friend's feet, like shot holes in the floor near his friend's feet, saying, "Oh, that damn fly, I've been after it all day." And that was his idea of a hilarious jape, firing at a kid's feet. Yikes.
Yes, gunplay.
Gunplay. That's what we like. So how are you feeling, matey? It's 10 o'clock now, but I don't have to fucking go anywhere tomorrow. Have you got any fuel left in the tank? Do you want to keep going, or will we
I've got a bit of fuel left in the tank. I will have to pop out every now and again.
Yeah. Well, for instance, I would have to pop out now and visit the gentleman's convenience.
Well, in that case, you pop out. I'll see. The thing is, right?
Yeah.
My chat thing has buggered off.
Right?
Oh, I can't see anyone's chat.
But you can monologue for a minute.
A minute? Do you reckon? I don't know. I don't know if I could go for a minute.
No, I wasn't imposing that as a limit. As anyone who's watched any of our videos,
a limit. I mean,
if it comes to shove, we can monologue for 90 minutes with no fucking hassle.
No fucking topic, just can bullshit about nothing for fucking 2 hours.
Very easy, actually. All right, so you hold the fort. I'll be back in a minute.
Righto. So, hey, thanks for letting me be on your device. I'm sorry my voice is fucked. I got a bit of smoke inhalation when I went to Canberra. I went to Canberra to help out a relative of mine who had a, basically a hip transplant. No, not transplant. When they stick a titanium hip in you. What is that? It's a thing, there's a word for it. Anyway, so I was helping that person out. And then while I was there, bushfire smoke came over, got a bit of smoke inhalation. It was basically on the oxygen for a while. I've been popping out every now and again to blast myself with the oxygenator that I've got here. And coming back to talk to you fine folk. Still can't see you at the moment. Oh, maybe I can. Yes, I've got you back. Oh, no, I don't want you. Oh, I can't even use a mouse. Don't ask me to use a trackpad. I don't like them. I don't believe in them. I think they should go back to their own country. Folks are talking to each other. Is AZ coming down the chimney later? Do I need to leave out cookies and a glass of scotch? You do need to leave out cookies in a glass of scotch, 3 joints, a couple of needles of dimorphine, and maybe 4 or 5 eckies. And you will get what you want for Christmas. Probably from a naked guy who's got paint and text on. But you'll
Nice.
definitely get what you want for Christmas.
Yes, all
Yeah,
I
I
want for
agree.
Christmas is
You're
a
gone.
naked guy.
I
That's all right.
said stuff.
Yeah, that's
It
good. I mean, I
was
was thinking of making another
very
drink. Who wants to nominate as either a type of drink or a base spirit? Something I should make a drink
my
out of.
people have gone away again.
There's quite a few people there.
No, I know they're there, but on my bloody,
All right.
thing,
I don't
it
know if
just says,
I don't know if refreshing it would work.
I don't want to touch that.
Don't
I
want to
don't
touch it.
want to
If
fucking
you
touch anything.
disappear, I can just bring you back in. But you're worried about technology just failing you completely.
Utterly.
Yeah.
Utterly.
Right,
Because I'm
well,
shit
I
at it.
want to keep him company.
And while this computer that you own
Yeah.
has been fucking wonderful for, do you know I've had this now for nearly 9 years?
Yeah, I should probably give you another one because I got a new laptop like a year or so ago, and that means I've probably got a spare laptop that's more high powered than the one you have there. So
Yeah.
we should probably look into that.
Sweet.
Yes. So so I've got to think of a refreshing drink. If someone was to nominate
While you're having a
spirit-
drink, do you want to knock me out while I oxygenate?
All right, well you do that.
So yes, I'll be back on your device in a minute.
All right, you muted yourself. There you go. So, okay, PBI thinks we should do rum or tequila. I just did a rum-based one. I've got a little bit. You know what? God, I'm even tempted to just finish off the eggnog, because as I said, I think in last week's streams, I initially bought the eggnog somewhat ironically because conceptually I thought eggnog was gross, but I did find I experimented with the traditional things with eggnog, a rum and what's the other thing? Is it whiskey? I'm trying to think what's like a traditional with eggnog. I know rum is one of them. But I don't like that so much. But what I did have, I had Drambuie, which is a honey Scotch liqueur and banana liqueur. Oh wow, that was good. Maybe because I've got that coconut liqueur. Maybe rum and coconut and eggnog. So why is eggnog limited to December? Yes, as Homer Simpson has. We've got to get eggnog while it's available. We only get 30 noggy days before the government takes it away again. So, Moses, what are you talking about? You're talking about super funds, people having control over what the super fund invests in. Well, to an extent, you can choose more ethical super funds over less ethical super funds. Oh, Spider, you put a bit of everything into your mother's collection when you were 14 years old. Good drink, only need one. Well, that's the one I did once that I started off by calling it Angry's Bad Idea because I just put all my highest alcohol spirits into the one cocktail, and that was the thing that was based around the Polish spiritus, the 85% absinthe, and the 50% green chartreuse, and I probably put some lemon juice and some sugar syrup to take the edge off a bit, and it actually was really nice. So it went from being Angry's Bad Idea to Angry's Nice Surprise, and Angry's Pleasant Surprise. I was thinking maybe to go super tropical with the eggnog. I could do rum and the coconut liqueur. That might work. It uses a bit of the lime infused rum I've still got, with some coconut liqueur. I could do that. Might try that eggnog with rum and coconut. Yeah, do that. All right, my ice is mostly melted, so I want to get another block of big ice. So actually, I won't go over to the sink. I'll just put that block of ice there. Get a fresh block of ice. Okay, the rum's still here and the coconut's still here. I think I should do that. All right, let's get a big block of ice, though. I like a big block of ice. Rum and Coca-Cola, working for the Yankee dollar. All right, so we go eggnog. Bunch of eggnog. Where's my rum? There. Lime infused rum. That's pretty good. Put some of that in. And put in some coconut. Because why not? Why not indeed? What's to stop us? Who's stopping us? Is someone sending the police around? Are the police going to kick down my door? I think not. Well, maybe. For my own good, maybe. Who knows? All right. Zip, zip, zip. Got to mix that up. All right. That seems thoroughly mixed. Oh, so is alcohol cheaper in city? Virtually everything is cheaper in the city than in the bush. Sometimes to quite extreme degrees. But yes, if you get like one of the big chain stores in the city, like Dan Murphy's or whatever, they're a lot cheaper than like a local bottle shop in a country town. So let's see what this is like. That's okay. Still, the winner on the eggnog stakes has been Drambuie and banana liqueur. It doesn't taste like much at all. It's probably, I think all my taste buds have been savaged by the fucking chili that I've been drinking. And this doesn't taste like much at all. It's not bad. Yeah, but the big thing is it doesn't taste like much. This stuff is beast mode drinking. It's fucking full on. Glad I got it because I like to have a few quite different things. That's why I got this stupid array of stuff behind me, so I can do quite different things. Oh, fuck yeah, Line Spider. I've had a car breakdown in a country town. Fucking hell. Yes, Music Elevator and fuel. Petrol is absurdly different. Could be easily be 20% more expensive in the country than in the city. But mind you, even between different suburbs in the city, you can get quite big divergences in petrol prices. So the drink looked yolky. Well, it's eggnog, so there you go. PBR, you like drinking spirits straight? I'm not that big of a straight spirit drinker. You think I shouldn't be diluting Drambuie? Where is it? Drambuie. The Isle of Skye liqueur, aged Scotch whiskey, heather honey, herbs and spices. That very satisfying noise of something with a cork popping out. If I Have a little drinky of that. Just a little drinky. It was like, I am, yeah. Anyone who's a purist with spirits wouldn't like what I do. Australian beer, like straight. Yeah. Oh, it's not bad. It's very sweet. There's a honey liqueur. It's very sweet. Still has a little bit of the Scotch smokiness in it. But it is very sweet. That'd probably be really good just with a block of ice in it. Line Spider, you like Cointreau? I like Cointreau, but I'll show you one. You can get. I found this one first, but you can get. Cointreau is an orange liqueur. You can get blood orange Cointreau, but I got this because I got this on special at Dan Murphy's. Salerno. It's a blood orange liqueur. It's really nice. Like you probably just pour that over ice cream. It'd be probably really nice ice cream. Stella, on Twitch, I am It's Angry Aussie. I'll even copy paste it. So it's just It's Angry Aussie on Twitch. Drambuie is not at all bad straight, actually. Stella, there you are. You did find me on Twitch. So yes, do me a favor, do the old follow thingy. I'm going to see if I can actually develop a following on Twitch just for fun. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? My God, it's weird how little that tastes of anything. And I really think it is because of how much the chili liqueur savaged my taste buds. I can still taste like the Drambuie straight is strong enough to register. But yeah, the eggnog is now masking stuff to it's so mild flavor wise. It's not tasting like anything really, which is pretty weird, quite honestly. But you know, this is the way it goes. This is the way it goes. I might do a challenge video with some friends revolving around that chili liqueur because it's pretty damn serious, quite honestly. I keep threatening to start up the cocktail channel on YouTube and maybe on fucking Instagram as well. Could do short Instagram videos of cocktail making. I might do it. Get a little bit of time off over Christmas, New Year's. Not that much because I just started a new job. I'll basically doesn't matter if I take off from now to the fucking 6th of January. But also being a contractor, if I don't go to work, I'm not being paid. So I may go to work more than that over the next week or so. Line Spider, you've got Kilkenny beers in the fridge. One for you, one for your eldest to listen to you. My lad, who is 18, or in fact 19 now, and oh yes, by all means, Stella, come back onto YouTube for the chat. I see the chat of both YouTube and Twitch on the StreamYard feed, but yes, I might be able to grow something on Twitch. Who knows? It's just it's a whim. It's just a whim, really. The whole Twitch thing. It's kind of interesting to start something from scratch. So I thought I might start a new YouTube channel or two see how I go. See if I start a brand new YouTube channel. Because I'm fucking useless at growing my existing YouTube channel. Maybe I can grow a new one. I don't know. I don't know. I am old and do not cope with change very well, quite honestly. That's what it comes down to. Oh, so I feel like I need to put something more in that to make more taste, but I'm not sure that I really want to get that drink. Lance, buddy, you want me in a cocktail dress? Dude, maybe that might happen. That might happen. My kilt. Whatever happened to my kilt? I should bring my kilt back out. It's kilt weather, I think. Not that you really see unless I get up and dance around, which I'm willing to do. I'm willing to get up and dance around in a kilt. That's something I will do for you fabulous people. Lance, but you need new editing software. My old faithful editing software I'm still with, the Video Studio, I've used since my earliest days on YouTube. It's upgraded about every year since then, so it's unrecognizable. What I would like is to have a way beefier PC so I could edit in 4K. 4K. Stella, you're going to start a Twitch channel, play Warcraft with your tits out. I love that as a plan. That is a fantastic plan. PBR, I'm too young to be the father of a 19-year-old. He's my youngest. Young Miss Angry is, how old is she now? 22. 22. My oldest is 22. I have adult children, basically, so I don't even know if I can call them my kids because they are adults. They'll always be my kids, but that's just the way it is. It's like AZ always points. He has known my kids since they were tiny, and Mrs. Angry's lad, who's a bit younger, he's like 17 now, and he's growing. But like my lad's fucking 6 foot tall now. AZ and I are only 5'8". We're basically the same height. He jokes. He used to be able to push my lad around and play games and stuff, but now he's a bloody 6 footer. You can't really mess with him anymore. Lucky I'm on good relations to him. I can still be an authority figure even though he's 6 inches taller than me. Oh my god. Last buddy, your last video was Charlene swallows Scotty's religious freedom. I like it. Nice. Oh, dude, I'm very forgiving. If we clashed at one point, dude, I'm okay with it. Oh god, we're talking about Discord again. Bloody Abigail, who's often in the live streams, was going to help me look at things like Discord and whatnot, because Abigail seems really fucking switched on with technical things, and I'm not completely averse to technical things. I always joke. I joke and say I'm old and don't like changes in technology. But with most jokes, there's truth in it. And AIDSy's waving and saying hello to us.
Hello. Thank you for letting me come back on your device. Fuck, I was hoping that oxygenation would help my voice, but it really
you just sound sexy, bro. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
I sound like that guy who used to do all sexy elements. Always Barry White.
Barry White changed my life.
My
There's also there's a new series on Netflix, The Witcher, which was originally a book series and turned into a video game series. Mrs. Angry is currently playing Witcher 3, which actually came out 2 years ago or whatever. But now they've got Witcher TV series on Netflix with Henry Cavill, who played Superman in the recent DC films. He's the Witcher, but they've done the modulation on his voice. His voice always sounds like this. And I'm watching his, like, whenever he says stuff like, I'm here to fuck shit up. It's like, I wonder what he on set. He's like, I'm here to fuck shit up, and they're just in post prod. It just made his voice really deep and resonant. There's like human voices don't sound like that, but I think it'd be funny to see the difference between how The Witcher sounds in the show we watch, where he's like, I'm here to fuck shit up. And what Henry Cavill probably sounded like on set. Oh, yeah. No, Henry Cavill doesn't sound like that. Henry Cavill he's virtually a god. Like, you see his body and again, here's a fun thing. The comedian Kumail Najimi, I think his surname is, he's most famous for the nerd comedy series. I think it's just called Silicon Valley, which just finished after like 6 or 7 seasons. And he's been a stand-up like forever. He has a fucking awesome film that he wrote and directed and is the lead actor in, called The Big Sick, which is based on a real story he went through. And he's going to be in an upcoming Marvel film. So continuing the tradition of the guy who played the leading Guardians of the Galaxy and then the guy who played Ant-Man, they were like very average comedians. And they said, well, you want me to be a superhero, you better get the best fucking gym people in the world to tone me up. And Kumail posted this picture on social media last week, and he is ripped as fuck. It's amazing. He's always like this average guy, but he posted it with his whole thing like, thanks to all the people, I could not have, this is not possible to do on your own. For a year, Marvel paid for me to work with the best trainer and the best nutritionist, and I've just turned into this ripped fucking. I'm going to find a picture. Of
hang on. I'm a semi-average comedian. I reckon I could be a hero.
Najani. Where's I'll put ripped in the description, and I bet that brings it up. Images.
What's a Marvel hero that hasn't been done yet?
Look, dude. Where are we? Open image.
Like a good one, not a shitty one. Only ripped as fuck, and just like the chicks go, ooh, and the guys go, ooh, and everyone go, ooh, and like I'd be able to hang out with Chris Hemsley and not be embarrassed. Holy fuck!
Look at him. He's 41. Hell. He's 41. Look at him.
Bloody hell.
That he said he was very honest. He says that's a year's work. Fucking hell, man.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Clearly.
But I mean, it's kind of like what do you call it? Hugh Jackman, who's our age, right? And he's Wolverine. And he's like ripped AF in the Wolverine. But even in one of the interviews, people like say that one scene with you, like, oh, no shirt on. And you're like, you're amazing. And he says, yeah, you need to understand, I can maintain that look for a day, right? And what I'm generally like spending the whole time in the gym. But when they're doing a shirtless scene, it's like, okay, we need a week to prep. And it's not just the pumping out, it's the fucking dehydrate yourself a bit so the skin tightens up. And he's going, I can only maintain that for a day. If I tried to maintain that for more than a day, I'd lose consciousness. So all those scenes with me with no shirt on are done on the same day because I can't maintain that for more than a day.
Not only that, there's actual I had the honor of talking to an Australian national soccer player, and she used to live in my house.
Yes,
I live in a big fucking house with lots of little apartments in it.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm responsible for it. Fuck. Anyway, and she was a national soccer player, and the conversation started with, why do people in health food shops look so fucking sick all the time? And she said, well, what it is they don't eat food, they eat their products.
Yeah.
And bodybuilders eat a thing called whey, which is a massive protein hit, which gives them muscles, right?
Yeah.
But then when they're going into competition, they use a burning thing called a cutting food. I don't know what the chemical is. And what it does is it burns fat so fast that it gives
Right.
you that ripped muscle look, but
Yeah.
it also wipes out your electrolytes and your water. So this is what Jack, our man, says.
Hugh Jackman.
And Hugh Jackman. Why do I call him Jack?
Yeah.
Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman. Yeah, Jackman. God, I've met him once. Jesus, he's nice. Anyway,
Side note: how can one man be both Wolverine and Peter Allen? He is just amazing. He's
he's that
amazing.
fucking skilled.
He is
He's
that
that fucking.
talented.
He's not talented. He's fucking skilled.
He
You know,
works at the
you
skill
see
hard.
talented people and they're
Yeah.
really good. He is a fucking new level, and it's because of the work he's done. He's a technical fucking genius. You
Yeah.
see what he? I'm sorry, I could geek out for fucking
Yes.
hours on.
And it's a nuance that you and I get, but people
That's
who
right.
haven't
I've got to
done the
stop
theatre
myself
stuff don't
because
necessarily understand what we're saying.
the technical skills of performance are manifold, and they are hard. And myself and Angry Man here have spent years. You spend fucking years getting them right.
Yeah.
Not even mastering them, just getting them right. And
We
Hugh
focus on
Jackman,
the clown stuff, basically.
mate, fucking Hugh Jackman has really fucking nailed his
In fact,
technical.
he's the triple threat. The
Yep.
classic: can sing, can dance, can act. He's
Oh,
stunning.
just stunning.
And he's nice.
And
No one
he's
has
the
ever said anything
nicest
bad
guy.
about him.
He's the nicest fucking guy. I had lunch with him once, and him and his lovely wife, and even his fucking children are delightful. You think
Yeah.
children who are brought up in Hollywood and fucking the best
Yes.
suburbs of Melbourne would be little shits, but they were so sweet and polite. One of the kids came up to the lunch table and waited like a minute until Mum said, "So what is it, darling?" Didn't fucking interrupt the fucking conversation, just waited until Mum fucking said, "Oh, what do you need?" And it's like, "Oh, no, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, go for it." And off she went. Oh, fucking awesome. Anywho, my soccer player friend said
Yeah.
they set up for this with this cut-in chemical, and it works a treat, except you can't keep doing it or it'll fucking kill you. And she said there's stories all through the fitness media. Does it make sense? Like, she's a high-end sports person, so
Yeah.
she'd get these stories. And she says there's fucking stories about this all the time, about these young guys generally, and girls too, but they're generally younger, who want to fucking really go over the top, and they fucking die because their body can't get enough water or electrolytes in, and they just collapse. Because I have been a person who's lost all his electrolytes a couple of times. Counting 9. And what happens is you go do, you get down a little bit, and then you go off a cliff. And it's really fast. It's exceptionally fast. And I have never collapsed. I've just had exceptionally poor blood tests. And anywho, that's what happens to these people. And of course, they're fit, so they don't recognize the signs or have a GP that rings them. And says go straight to the hospital. So, yeah, I can understand Hugh Jackman saying I can sustain this for a fucking day. And I can understand these Marvel guys,
Yes.
basically giving it a little bit of, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm,
Well,
I'm
it's like Kamal said, you're going, an average person, even a well-off person, would go with, over the period of a year, I'd have to pay these trainers, etc., $50,000 to get in this state. And the average person, even a wealthy person, is going to balk somewhat at spending $50,000 over the course of a year to get really ripped. But Marvel
Oh, yeah.
Studios don't even fucking blink. They're like, oh yeah,
Well, 'cause
you want to be super ripped for the movie? Yep, okay, we'll pay for it. It's like,
they want the product.
yep,
Sorry, the product. That's a horrible thing to say, but they want their fucking superstars to look like fucking the Hemsley brothers.
yeah. But isn't it funny? They did it with oh god, his name's escaping me, but he was the lead in Guardians of the Galaxy, and prior to that, he was famous for being in the comedy series Parks and Rec, where he was chubby. He was not fat, but he was very soft. And the dude who was Ant-Man was not soft, but he wasn't ripped, and he got super fucking ripped to be Ant-Man. And Kumail wasn't soft, but he wasn't ripped. Thank you, Megaleech. Chris Pratt is the guy who is in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Chris Pratt, yeah, that's right.
And Kumail was not soft like
been
Chris
looking at
Pratt.
Chris Pratt for a while now, going, yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's all right. And then they saw Guardians of the Galaxy and went, he's fucking really good.
Yeah. But they still made a joke which was hilarious in the last Avengers movie, Endgame, when they're fighting the end of the universe, and Thor, Chris Hemsworth, ends up on the ship, and they're all marveling about what a sex god Thor is, and Chris Pratt's character Star-Lord is like, he's not that great, and they're going, he is. He's just great. And they go like, I'm buff too. And they go like, dude, you're one sandwich away from being fat, honestly. And it's so funny because they were just really playing up Chris Hemsworth is literally a god. And Star-Lord is a guy who is, he's buff, but he would very easily slip into not being buff. And I love that. That's just hilarious.
You're one sandwich away from being fat. I love that.
Yeah.
I have had a few sandwiches.
Yeah, yeah.
I've had a few sandwiches should make me a villain. I should be a fucking villain. Fuck
we could go to villains.
Comedians make the best villains because they don't give a shit what they're going to look like or have to do. So I should be one of those villains that's really fucking sneaky and bad, like really bad. And the kind of villain that goes and crushes little girls' dreams.
Yes.
By the way, just want to point out, when I was auctioneering before, and you reminded me that Ms. Angry was 22.
Yes.
I prefer if you didn't.
You prefer to not be reminded. How do you think I feel, man? It's like
No, your feelings don't come into this.
But you get scared when even Mrs. Angry's lad, my stepson, who's the youngest of the clan, who's 17 now, and he's got this really deep, resonant voice now. And in the next 2 years, he's going to shoot up another 4 inches, and we're going to be the two of us are just going to be fucking midgets. And
these children.
Okay, for our generation, 5'8" was average.
Yeah, it was about
their generation, 5'10", 5'11" is average, and it's like fucking hell.
You're always looking up at him, go now.
Lion Spider is
so much more responsible.
Lion Spider is both our generation and our physique. So, brother, we are one. He's saying he could be the Blob. Brother, we are in this together. I don't know. Stella's got back onto the sneaky Mexican somehow. Stella,
Thank you, Stella. I reckon it's the goer.
No. It's that what name disturbs me because it makes perfect sense, and he's also going to make us public pariahs. So,
I see.
but it also makes perfect sense. So I love it as a name. I think it's really descriptive and
Of the drink. Of the
of
drink,
drink,
mate.
but also
But the actual connotations,
no,
not cool.
not good.
And
Not
it's basically come from a not cool guy, right? So, because if you think about it,
yes,
there's Aboriginal, Jewish, European, and
yeah,
Australian in my family, and I'm bisexual. So I've got everything wrong with me.
yeah. Oh no, Stella was saying that should be your supervillain name. But we're not. You should be the sneaky indigene or something. It's like
It'd be even better.
yeah, Steve.
Sneak indigene. That's
Yeah.
right. And I'll just cruise on. Here you go, cuz. Fuck off, white man. Yeah, and I like pretend, right, to be in with all the indigenous.
Oh my god! Did
When
you
I
ever see
when
the
I meet my
TV
indigenous
series?
family, they all look at me and go, "You are the whitest motherfucker we've ever seen." And they go,
You go,
"Yeah,
okay,
I
it's
know."
like our grandmother may have been the same person, but you are white as fuck.
we get together, and it's like, how the fuck did you get so white? And I say, blame Cessnock, dude.
Yeah.
That's where my other grandma came from.
Yes.
And effectively you go through one of my grandmas, and you meet these guys, and you go through the other grandma, and you meet fucking
Yeah.
murderers. The people that they should have put on the ships to come to Australia?
Yeah.
That was them.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
They were a hair away from being fucking hanged, but Tyburn was fucking full that day. Get on the fucking boat. Yeah, that was them.
Yeah.
Jesus, they were some crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Anywho, I just got the addiction part
I
of
said
it.
before, speaking about ancestors, Mrs. Angry loves doing the ancestry searching, and she did her family as far back as she could. And then, because she was bored, she decided to do mine. And I've brought this up on live streams before. The best one she found, which was on my mum's side, like my dad's side is basically Scottish, and my mum's side is basically Irish, which means criminals. She found some guys on my mum's side. There were 3 brothers who were highwaymen, and they all got caught in the UK. They all got caught in England, and they got transported. And they became fucking members of the squattocracy. They became real in sort of country New South Wales. They started up farms. They became really responsible members of the community. They were fucking highwaymen, and they came out here and became fucking paragons of virtue in the local community. It's hilarious.
There's always that story of, and I can never remember his fucking name, but there's a very, very famous architect in Sydney.
Yeah.
Did a lot of the public buildings. Anyway, he came out to Australia as a fraudster.
Yeah.
He was very fucking lucky not to have got hanged.
Yeah.
But he was only young. He was only like 14.
Yeah.
And so they stuck him on a boat at 14. No bum play there. And out to Australia he comes. He's straight off the boat, and he's too fucking skinny to do any real work.
Yeah.
So they're going, well, fucking, this is no good. And so they go, well, what did you do? And he said, I was a fraudster. I clipped coins. And they've gone, all right, can you read? Well, yeah, a little bit. I got half the alphabet. That'll fucking do. So they made him an apprentice architect.
Yeah.
And he got into it and built Sydney. By the end of his life, he'd made so much money that they basically said, you could have a first-class trip back to England. And he went, oh, yeah, I should probably go back to England. I'm a free man now, and I've got, a career and a job, and I could do. And he stopped, apparently, and went, The fuck am I thinking?
Yeah.
I'm a big man here in Sydney. I've got money and fucking property and a family and the fucking bullshit. When I was living in fucking Britain, they had
Yeah.
shitty food, there was
How good
shitty
would
weather,
that be?
you know. My children are fucking a foot taller. That fuck that. I'm
Yes.
staying here, and he did,
Yep.
and a lot of them did exactly that. A lot of the convicts, because the thing was with the convicts, they said, right, you are transported for 7 years.
Yeah.
That was the typical term. And they went, great, okay, 7 years is up. Yay, I'm a free man. Okay, take me back to England. No, you've got to pay for your trip back to England. That would be on one of those expensive sailing ships as a
Yes.
passenger. Yes. And it would take approximately another 7 years to get the money to
Yeah.
go back to England. And like, okay, so you've been in Australia 14 years. By this time, a lot of these guys have married, they've got kids, you've got to have a job. And a lot of them got taught a job when they got off the boat. Because
Yeah.
remember, they were there as labour, and it was hard labour. You know, that was always, oh, you're sentenced to 7 years of hard labour. And they had to crack rocks, and they had to
Yeah.
build houses and build houses and build roads and build houses and become civil engineers. And by the 14 years, they're civil engineers, and they're going, I could go home, but I'll now have to take my fucking my 6 kids and my wife, and I'll have to fucking
Yeah.
rent out the house. And how am I going to get my money from my rented house?
Yeah.
And they started to think, oh, fuck this. No, fuck this. I'm going to stay. And some of them did go home. Some of them made so much money that they were able to go back and forth.
Yes.
Macquarie did that.
Yes.
He made a fucking fortune and was able to go back and forth. And he got into politics as well, quite successfully as it turned out.
Yeah.
And effectively, the society and the economy basically had this weird leapfrog effect on each other.
Yeah.
Very strange to try and explain. But the society sort of was forced to do something. The economy would catch up. Then the society was forced to do another thing to survive. It was always survival.
Yes.
Australia has no water. It has no arable land. It has no available resources that are just on the ground. There's just nothing there. You've got to make everything. They had to go, it was 25 miles away from Sydney to Parramatta to find the right clay to make bricks. Now, 25 miles means nothing. If you go to Parramatta today, you fucking drive there in an hour and a half because of traffic. It's not. It's a 15-minute drive. But back in those days, to get out to Parramatta was a big fucking deal.
That
And
was
you
a whole
basically
day.
had to go through tribal lands, and you could get fucking speared.
Yeah.
And then you had to bring a load of bricks back. And it was difficult. Everything was difficult. So society would grow, then economy would grow, then society would grow. And so each stage meant that they had to grow the resources. So they had to find more water. Then they had to harness that water. Then to get that water, they had to manufacture the money to move it around, which meant more agriculture, which meant pushing further west, which meant it was just really fucking messy. And so, yeah, a lot of Australians have criminality in their fucking believe
There's
me.
a lot of criminality.
Trust me, if you leave something outside a service station, an Australian will look at it and go, what have they done here? They've just left it there. They've just fucking left it there.
Yeah.
It's an insult to leave it there unlocked
Yes.
They've just bloody left it there. An expensive thing. Well, fuck. I'm going to take that thing. I'm going
Yes.
to take that thing to A, teach them a lesson, and B, basically, because we do not leave things unlocked in public
Yeah.
places. It's wrong.
Huh.
We don't do
The-
that.
The
So I'm going to
song,
take this.
the
Sorry?
song I learned in primary school, the traditional Australian song, was your grandma a whore? Was your grandpa a thief? Were they porters and grafters who fell to their grief? If you're born of Australia, I know who you'll be, the son of a scoundrel like me. And it's just basically like, stop acting like you're better than anyone. We're all fucking criminals here.
Have a go, you pommy
This, by
bastard.
the way, which I christen a bloody sidecar, one of my favorite classic cocktails, which are relatively simple, easy to make, are a whiskey sour and a sidecar. A sidecar is an orange liqueur, a brandy or a cognac, and lemon juice. And I did the blood orange liqueur, cognac, and lemon juice, and I did put a little bit of sweetener in it. So it's a bloody sidecar. Very simple. Oh, fuck, it's a nice cocktail, though.
I'm sure it is. Listen, Angry Man, I've got to bail out for 5 or
That's
so
fair.
minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
5 or so minutes, and then I'll be back.
All right.
I've just got to unfuck some things, and boss of the house is going to beat shit out of me. And then I'll be back.
That's fair. I think everyone probably agrees that's fair.
Well, it's a daily event.
Yeah.
Do you know the amount of times I've had to have my false teeth fixed because boss of the house is just fucking
Being stopped about. Yeah.
Anyway, so he's going to give me a couple of love taps. I'll probably come back with Band-Aids.
Yeah.
And I'll see you very, very shortly.
All right.
And I'll probably oxygenate as well.
All right.
See you soon.
I'll see you in a bit, buddy. All right. So, Justin, you say you've got Native American blood. That's an interesting one. While being an Aussie, you've actually got Native American blood. That's interesting. Hey, Gecko, how you doing, buddy? Stella, you're not a criminal. You're an Irish famine migrant. That makes you a refugee. And for the powers that be, I don't think there's a huge amount of difference between a criminal and a refugee. And honestly, for the powers that be, they are kind of down on us Irish, quite honestly. And yeah, it's kind of fun. I think we're not so much. You read about people in the American South who are the descendants of both Irish and Scottish, essentially refugees, who have a very negative attitude towards landowners and authority figures. They're even more pronounced than Australians. Australians tend to have a pretty negative attitude towards the people in authority, but in the South, in the US, even more so. Gecko, you are going to be. As morning for you, you're going off to work. Yeah, PBR. As so many white Australians are a mix of Scots and Irish. Lesser of not so many members of the English aristocracy came out to Australia. It was more, being completely honest, we are the product of the dregs. We're the products of a mix of the Navy and the dregs, so which is a bit of a. Gecko, you got a bit of sleep? Took Monday off. Are you working over Christmas, New Year's? I've been because I started a new job just last week, and it's basically up to me how much I work between now and New Year's. I will probably take the rest of this week off. Maybe go in on Monday and Tuesday, take New Year's off. Maybe go in at the end of the week. I know, like, my immediate boss isn't coming back till the 6th of January, but I don't know. Justin, would I do a DNA test? those are borderline useless, actually. The companies behind that are kind of liars and untrustworthy. Gecko, you're off to work. That makes sense. Yeah, you're a cocktail line spider, English, Welsh, Scotch, Irish, Austrian. Yeah, as I mentioned before, Mrs. Angry likes doing the ancestry searches, and she searched on me, didn't find anything particularly exotic. Lots of Scots-Irish stuff, essentially, and people who were criminals in England. But I literally, I love the story so much that she found these three brothers who were basically a criminal gang. They were highwaymen. They were robbing stagecoaches in England, and they were all transported. And they ended up in central west New South Wales, where they became landowners, and they became stalwarts of the community, which is fucking hilarious as far as I'm concerned. Still, it always gives me a smile. It's usually Americans, conservative Americans, who think they're upsetting Australians, saying, "Oh, you're just convicts. You're just convicts. You're criminals." And they literally don't get that the majority of Australians revel in their criminal ancestry. If we go, if we found out we're related to a bushranger, that's fucking awesome. Lion Spider, so your mother's side's Scots-Irish and your dad's English and Austrian Jews. There you go. That's a good mix. That's interesting, Stella. You did a DNA test and you're able to trace a direct matrilineal line to Ireland, but Ancestry thinks you don't have Irish. Yeah, I've heard really a combination of stuff about those ancestry sites that's stupid and dodgy as fuck, quite honestly. So I would not do a DNA test through one of those sites because I've heard too much that's a combination of those sites being both dodgy and just completely unreliable. Like, they'll fucking give you DNA over to the cops. That's not good. I was thinking, because I talked recently, I'm very opposed to spoilers. Just changing the topic, because that's a thing I do. I'm very against spoilers, so I'm still very opposed to anyone giving spoilers about the most recent Star Wars movie. But I think enough time has passed that we can go to town on spoilers with the Joker movie. And the reason that popped into my head is I was listening to a few podcasts over the last couple of days. Michael Moore, the famous, incredibly biased documentary maker, has a podcast now called Rumble. And in a couple of recent, because he's only started it like a week or two ago, and he's put out a fuck ton. Like, for only a week or two, he's put out like 6 episodes of this podcast. And one was an interview with Robert De Niro, and it's the first time Robert De Niro's done an interview for a podcast. And another one was with the director of the Joker movie. And of course, Robert De Niro's in the Joker movie. So I think enough time has passed that we can have a very spoiler-heavy discussion of the Joker movie, because I found that movie very interesting. Michael Moore fucking loves it. I don't know that I as enthusiastically love it as much as Michael Moore does, but I think it was a very good movie, and it was very interesting to see a lot of talk on it, because a lot of the hype prior to the commercial release of the movie suggested it was very pro like incel alt-right, fascist shit. But then when I actually watched the movie's incredibly left-wing. The Joker ends up in the situation he ends up in because the brutal, uncaring capitalist society sucks all of the funding out of the public health system, particularly the mental health system. And he ends up becoming a hero for a bunch of people for killing a couple of Wall Street fuckheads. And honestly, Bruce Wayne's dad, who's in it, is cast as a real fucking piece of shit. Like he talks a talk about wanting to help people, but he's a fucking capitalist exploiter piece of shit. And I think it opens the door to a few very interesting conversations. Namely, you did get a bunch of holier than thou lefty types who seemed to be obsessed with you're only allowed to create art where the protagonist is a wholly admirable character. The protagonist can't be bad. The protagonist can't even be flawed, which is fucking stupid as far as I'm concerned. If you're limiting your art and your artistic expression to things that are only wholesome and positive. Oh, AIDSy's waving at me. He wants to come back. What's the AIDSy Meister doing? Is he back?
He's back, and he's got the fuck kicked out of him. Tell you what, boss of the house, not a happy bunny.
Yeah.
Can anyone tell me how to get a 25 centimeter butt plug out of me? And when I say 25 centimeter, I'm talking that's the thin bit.
Yeah.
The thicker bit is I don't want to. I think about it as like the head of a small criminal.
Oh God, I just thought, I don't know if you remember, because this was a long time ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. We shot a couple of videos in a sex shop where my friend Eva was working, and they had novelty products in there. And one of them was a butt plug that basically looked like a traffic cone.
Yep.
It was very large.
It was very large.
I don't know where the video is, but we did have a lot of fun with you finding stuff in the sex shop and coming back with, what do I do with this?
Can I have this? No. Can I have this? No. What do I do with this? Don't. The other thing that bothered me at the time was the butt plug that looked like a traffic cone. It's not the first one that sold.
No.
And
we were left
gone through a few. Yeah,
we were left
it was like it sold like 3 or 4, and I was just going.
Were they bought as novelty items, or was someone actually using them?
Well, the impression that Eva gave me was no, it was the real deal.
And to be fair, to explain to you, like anyone who's aware of the concept of a butt plug, an average, well, what would you would regard as a large butt plug? The bit that goes into your butt is about this big.
Yeah, that's a really large one.
I am not joking. This one that we were playing with, it's like it was very large.
It
It
was
was very,
fucking
very
enormous.
large.
And I was just stunned. I mean, I've seen people do things to each other, and I've gone, "Oh, really?" And I've gone, that shouldn't go in there like that. And yeah, I've wondered at the need of that. And then I saw this thing, and I just went, no, that's not right. I've seen many things
Yeah,
going to places that they shouldn't, but yeah, this was different. This was different. And yeah, no, the impression that she gave us was maybe one or two, maybe one was bought as a novelty, but
yeah.
no, a couple of them were
Some
bought as
people
the
do that.
real fucking deal.
No,
And I just
and it's
gone,
like you get the dildos that rather than being shaped like a dick are actually shaped, and they are the real size of an arm and a hand. And no, I'm pretty sure people are actually just using those,
mm-hmm,
and it's pause for thought. It's pause for
mm-hmm,
thought, quite honestly.
mm-hmm. I yeah, I'm all about the fun. Um, and people have fun in different ways, and
Yeah,
I sometimes have a difficulty. Uh, yeah, I sometimes have difficulty thinking that that might be fun.
yeah. Look,
Um,
and what was the phrase I've heard someone say? Is like, I try not to yuck your yum, as in, okay, it's
yeah,
good for you. And for me, it's like not on the cards at all. And I'm trying not to say a thing you enjoy is objectively fucked because there's no such thing as objective. Everything's subjective.
everything's
But
subjective. Yeah.
you can't help occasionally hearing what someone's into and going, I'm pretty open minded, but you're fucked.
Well, I mean, okay. So, like, I was freaking out at BDSM for a long time. I was just going, how the fuck can you hit someone and think that's cool? And then somebody held my hand and took me through the whole BDSM thing and said, and the first thing you got to know is the person who's hitting isn't in control. It's the
Yes.
person who's being hit.
Yeah.
They're the one that's in control.
Yeah.
And that usually, not all the time, but usually, these things are actually fairly tightly scripted.
Yes.
And also, there are safety checks. There's always a safety word. There's always a safety limit. If the person
Yeah.
doing the hitting is seeing things they don't like, they will stop.
Yeah.
Um, for example, if there's, I don't know, maybe they're hitting someone on the back with a stick and they see welts are okay, but if they
Yeah.
see any blood, they'll just stop
Yes.
because that means that person's gotten injured. They're not
Yeah.
into injury,
Yeah.
they're into hypersensation and giving over control to someone else
Yeah.
for a certain length of time. And the person doing the hitting has got to work out. They've got to hit the fucking gym a lot because
Yeah.
it's real hard work. You know,
Yeah.
you're fucking physically doing this shit all the time. And so I was talking to a few of these people going, what the fuck is into having the shit kicked out of you? And they said, well, having your endorphins spiking at the time that then
Yeah.
the sex happens
Yeah.
gives you an amazing high.
Yeah.
Not my high,
Yeah. No,
um,
it's not mine. No. No. That's the
but
thing. Yeah. You got to say.
when you fucking get some context behind it,
Yeah.
okay, righto, I get it now. You know, and they were very, very fucking careful to explain to me that no one's getting hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Or
getting
at least
hit,
no
but
one's
they're
going
not getting
further than they
hurt.
want.
No,
And that's people outside of the scene don't understand the subs in control, not the dom.
Dom's
And in
not in
fact,
control.
the dom is often the one having their boundaries stretched. The sub is saying, basically, do this thing. And the dom's going, really?
Oh, I don't know
And,
about that.
and the sub is going, I'm going to tell you when to stop. And the dom's going, okay, we actually just crossed a boundary of mine. So it's like, but and this is the warning sign for anyone who explores that sort of thing. If someone who calls themselves a dom starts telling a sub what they have to do, that person's not a dom. That person's just a creepy fucking abuser, essentially.
Yeah.
Everyone I've known, and I'm not into that scene, but everyone I've known who's into that scene, the sub's the one who's in control. The dom is playing a particular role, but the sub always gets to say stop. And I say that knowing professional doms. A few people I'm friends with on Twitter, they're hilarious. Professional doms are fucking hilarious. They can tell you the best stories.
They can, and they're paid really well.
Yeah. There's an Aussie who does it in the UK on Twitter. She's Mistress Cleo, and I've met her in person when I've been in London. You know, I've had dinner with her. She is an absolutely awesome people, but she has the funny stories. Like, there's the colloquial phrase people talk about kicking the shit out of someone. She says that's the thing that's actually happened to me. There's a guy whose fetish was being really savagely kicked in the balls, and yeah, that was his thing, being kicked really hard in the balls. And he lost control. He actually shit himself when she was kicking him, so she had to go and wash her feet off. And he was all very apologetic and whatnot. And she's like, "No, you just come out here. I'm going to." But it's just hilarious the fact that she has literally kicked the shit out of someone rather than figuratively having kicked the shit out of someone. I find
That
hilarious.
is something that you take home, isn't it? That's something you put on the wall.
That's kind of,
you know, you'd sit around fucking commandos, and they'd be talking about, you know, hardcore missions, and you'd be going, you know what, boys? Can you tell me of you? Something just happened here. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Can you tell me of you? Which of you has actually kicked the shit out of someone?
Yeah.
And you know, the commandos after a while would be all like hanging around her, going, "Tell us another one."
Yeah.
Buzz the house. That was unnecessary.
Oh dear.
Sweet now.
Guys, I think honestly, I gotta go. It's like 11:15 now. On one level, I was thinking we could just keep going till it was actually Christmas, but I am actually quite tired at the moment.
Yeah. I've got a few things to do.
And you know, I had normally I have one cocktail in one of these shows, and I had 3, and we've been going an hour longer than normal. And
Boss of the
maybe
house. Come on, man.
oh, you always say he does the rankest farts, but yeah, okay, cool.
I live in a one-room bedsit.
I know there's nowhere for it to go. There's nowhere to hide.
I don't have any spray near me. Jesus, dude.
Oh dear. All right.
Anyway, hey, you folks that hung out with us are so nice. Thank you very much for letting us be on your device.
It has been awesome.
And essentially, so I watched someone what scat was. He sent me a photo of himself in the middle of enjoying scat. I wished I never asked. Sometimes you do wish, because sometimes you see things you can't fucking see. And believe me, I've been in clubs where you see things that you go, right, okay, this is not the club I'm supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Hey,
famous
thank you.
image from 90s internet image boards was ESAD, ESAD.jpg, which stands for Eat Shit and Die, which is somebody who had a lot of fiber in their diet, basically, shitting into someone else's mouth. And my personal and this has been burned into my memory. I remember this as Concerned Ponder, because back in the 90s, where everything was text-based, there was Usenet groups where people with every interest under the sun was under, and one was just for people who made ponds in their backyard, and someone and the ponders were the most benign people on the planet, and someone decided to troll them by posting hardcore images in their thing. And there was a thread that started with the name Concerned Ponder, where someone's saying, I'm concerned that people are doing this. And in response to the concern, someone posted ESAD, which was just, like I said, that's someone had a lot of fucking fiber in their diet, is all I'm
And of
saying.
course, then there was the fabulousness of Tub Girl.
Tub Girl, Goatsy. Stella
Goatee.
remembers Goatsy. It's just, we of a certain vintage saw some absolute horror over dial-up modems, is all I'm saying.
Yep.
And that graduated into shit. Once we could actually process videos, stuff like Two Girls, One Cup and Pain Olympics. I could never actually sit. Some people thought Pain Olympics was too much because that involved guys hitting their scrot with a hammer and slicing their dick up with a razor blade. I found that easier than Two Girls, One Cup. Two Girls, One Cup.
I didn't like any of it. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And One Guy, One Glass. I couldn't do that.
No.
I couldn't do that. You know, I didn't know what Tub Girl was until I saw it. No one said anything, right?
Yeah.
They just said, "Oh." The only thing I got told was Tub Girl's love hurts me so.
Oh,
That's the only thing I got told. And then I've opened it up and gone,
oh,
what?
No.
I don't understand.
No.
Anyway, so on that light note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for letting us be on your device. You are so very nice for hanging out with us. It's Christmas Eve here in Australia.
Yes.
It's going to be Christmas Eve over there in America and in UK
Europe.
too. And India, it's going to be Christmas Eve sort of in the middle.
India is basically the Hindus are just killing all the Muslims. That's another story. But
yeah, it's still Christmas.
Yes.
Anyway,
don't know it's Christmas while we murder them. Okay, cool.
It's Christmas in Israel. You can go into malls and see Santa, which is fucking hilarious. Anyway, guys, look, have a Merry Christmas.
Hell. Sorry.
Have a Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Yule. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. And there are many other.
Tip. Was the one episode of The Simpsons where Krusty tries to bring in all the religious things? Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, have a tip-top tet, somber Ramadan, and look, basically, look after yourself, look after people that are important to you, be a good person, do something nice for someone that you don't actually know. That's something I've actually tried to do in the last month, help a couple people. The doors, and particularly if you are an Australian right now, the doors are wide open for you to help someone you don't know. A guy I know through the interweb, he did a thing. He's from South Australia. South Australia is Adelaide was one of the places that had fucking horrific fires. He said, okay, I'm going to buy a bunch of shit from the supermarket and go up to all the fireys who are fighting these fires, and I'm going to give them food and water. So if you give me some money, I'm going to use that. So I gave him some money to do that because he took this on. No matter where you are in the world, there are ways for you to help people you know. There are ways for you to help people you don't know. Might make you feel good. The person you help might never know who you are. But this is how humans work. Humans work by helping other humans.
It's important that the person that you're helping doesn't know who you are. Because what it does is it reinforces your understanding of what tribe is. Your understanding of what tribe is very small. It gets a little bit bigger, and it gets a little bit bigger. And if someone from outside your tribe can be helped by you, then what you've done is immediately extended your understanding of tribe, which just goes from something that could even be national to something that is just human. Have a really fucking great season. Thank you so much for hanging with us. We'll see you really soon, probably in the new year.
Yeah, all things being equal, we might be back on Boxing Day. We'll see how it goes.
Could
You know,
happen. Could
could
happen.
happen,
I'm
yes.
away on Boxing Day, but I might have enough. What do they call it? Interwebs.
I don't know.
To
Where are
listen.
you physically located on Thursday?
On Thursday, I'm going to be in the big family gathering of Boss of the House in Castle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Boss of the House's family. Fair. Fair. I don't want to interfere with it. I have to remind you.
No, it'll be finished. It'll be finished by then.
Yeah.
So if we can set up, we can set up. But if we can't,
Yeah.
you know,
I have to remind you because, like, when you were in Canberra last week, I was messaging you. You're going to do live? You go, yeah, I want to test it out. And I go, it's Tuesday, man. We normally do it. And you're like, cool. I knew it was Tuesday. I wasn't confused.
Oh, I had a fuck time, Kim. I kept on falling asleep.
Yeah.
And at the fucking dinner table, for Christ's sake.
Fair.
So my folks are going, this guy's on a massive amount of drugs.
That's the thing. I don't realize the difference between just sleep deprivation, because sleep dep is exactly the same as doing a bunch of drugs, basically.
Right. And so what happened was effectively I'm like talking away, and I just like bang, crash out. And then I'm just like, wake up, dickhead. And then this was happening for a couple of days, and I'm just going. And what happened was I basically just had to alter my cycle back together again, and I was fine. And my folks are sort of looking at me. One of them particularly is looking at me, and I've gone. Actually, I've done a bit of research on this, and it's kind of jet lag. And I'll explain what happened time-wise as to how this happened. And as I did that, they went, "Oh, right, yeah, okay." Because I perked up straight away. As soon as I had enough sleep, I was bang, hello, everything's fine. And they're going, yeah. And what they were saying was it was a massively quick recovery for someone who was that fucked up.
Yeah, that's the thing. You do recover quicker from sleep dep than you do from severe drug abuse. So.
Oh yeah. A good couple of nights sleep and bang, you're back in.
Although I do have a bit of video. I've saved all the video I've ever recorded over the last 13 years on hard drives, and I've never re-looked at it. But something I know I've got some video. It's probably from like 8 years ago when we first started doing stuff. And without word of a lie, people, I've got video of AZ falling asleep standing up, and he just leans on his walking stick and just zones out. And I didn't turn the camera off. I'm like, and you probably hear my voice in the background going, cool, you've lost consciousness. You're still standing up. What the fuck?
Now, this was not an uncommon thing. I used to fucking do this all the time.
Yeah.
And the other thing I used to do was I used to direct people out in my shed. And I'd smoke all the time. And this really nice guy gave me a keyboard. It was a really nice keyboard. And I was working and smoking. And then I've woken up to the computer trying to make garbage and noises. And I'm going, what the fuck is that? And my cigarette has burned a fucking line in this beautiful new keyboard. And I've basically gone and crashed out smoking a fucking cigarette. Not the first time I did it. First time I did it was in bed in Bathurst.
Yeah.
My flatmate was unamused. Anyway, so I used to fucking fall asleep all the time, standing up, sitting down, but mostly standing up.
Anyone can fall asleep sitting down. That's amateur. But I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. I have on video this man, he's standing up, and all he's doing is leaning on his stick, and his head goes, and for a couple of minutes, he's just dead to the fucking world. And I think I was doing commentary. I think I was doing, what the fuck?
Back in those days, I was still pretty ambitious. And I was working for like 48.
I'm seeing
7 hours straight.
stuff from Facebook. Like Facebook does 1 year ago, 7 years ago, 12 years, 9 years ago on this day. I'm seeing stuff from like 8-9 years ago when we were working. It's posts from 2 and 3 a.m. We've been working through the night.
Yeah.
And that was normal. And it was
That was
like,
normal for us. And remember, I'd started working when I was directing at 10 a.m. in the morning.
yes.
So I've started at 10 a.m. We're still working at 3. I've got to then kick through till 6 because I've got to have ready and for 10 when the next guys come in. And I get to do this for a few days.
Yes.
And by the end of the second day, I'm fucked. I'm completely useless. Some of the younger guys used to have fun fucking putting pencils in my fucking nose. Right. And so I'd wake up and go, "Oh, you fucking assholes," and they'd make me a cup of coffee and say, "Drink this." And then so I'd go for another hour and then they'd watch me just crash out again and go, have another cup of coffee, wind him up and watch him go. So yeah, I don't do that anymore. I only work for 48 hours straight now.
Yes.
That's it. That's my limit.
That's it. That's the limit. All right. So look after yourselves, one and all. Have yourselves a jolly Merry Christmas. And if it's not a thing that you feel like celebrating, just enjoy your life. Just be great people. Just be awesome.
Be good to yourself and everyone else. It's going to be fucking cool.
Yeah. And that's how we make the world better. Be good to yourself. Be good to someone else. And we'll see you again soon. I'm going to click the end broadcast button and say bye.